We are live. We are alive. Time to rock and roll. Coming to you live from the PNW for right now, anyway. We're bouncing back and forth like a pinball, but that's all right because it's a whole lot of fun. I wouldn't say that the plane ride is so much fun, but it makes it a little more fun when you know what you're coming into. And right now, what we're coming into is absolutely the the best stuff that has ever been produced by Sessions, along with a cool live stream, hanging out with you guys and giving away a bike for a good cause, which is why we met Jason in the first place. It's why we've met a lot of you guys in the first place.
Shovelheads.
Shovelheads. That's the whole reason.
Summer.
Was it summer when you rode the Shovelhead home? I thought it was cold, wasn't it? Or was that the Silverwing?
Summer? I don't remember.
I think it was
what motorcycle did you ride across the country that you froze your fingertips off?
So I didn't freeze them off. I still have them.
Yeah.
That was a Silverwing, and I rode. That was my very first cross country trip, and I rode on a whim, which now I've done that several times on a whim.
What's the difference between whim and whimsy?
Not much. So a whim is when you choose to experience whimsy without thinking about it very much. You just like, I have had this, I've had this thought. I think that it would be neat to drive across the country on a bike because I found a bike on Facebook Marketplace for $1,000. Most people would have that thought and then just go, no, squash that. That's not correct. You can't do that. But and to engage in that on a whim means that you actually do it. And so that I did. I'm not the very first person to do it. Plenty of people have done stuff like that. I didn't invent doing that.
You didn't invent whimsy?
I didn't invent whimsy. No. That was, who was it?
That was Lewis and Clark, I think.
I thought it was the Royal Tenenbaums guy, Wes Anderson. Didn't he invent whimsy?
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point.
When you looked for that Shovelhead, did you know you wanted to come to Portland and find it? Were you looking at the furthest, or did you just find it?
No, that was Discord. So that was Circus Bear Moto.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he was thinking about buying it at first. That's how I got such a good deal on it. And he just goes, I don't think I'm going to buy it, right? And so he just put it in the Discord, and he goes like, hey, I don't think I'm going to buy this. If anybody wants it, it's for sale. Yeah. And it was an insane price. It was $3,000.
Girls be doing that with dudes.
Yeah. It wasn't free, but it's like for $3,000 for a running, riding shovelhead that was capable of a cross country trip and more.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
No.
It's pretty cheap as far as shovelheads go for one. So insanely good deal, good enough deal that I was like, dude, I'm getting it. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll ride it home. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, I had got this message from this Jason guy.
This weirdo's trying to give me some bikes. And I was just like,
yeah. I gotten a cold call email from Jason being like, hey, I'd like to donate some bikes to
but
Angels.
That's the thing, though, is like Josh's thing is everybody who watches him is a weirdo.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like,
I was like, I'll send this guy an email, see what's up. Just give away some bikes. I want to help some kids.
I've met people through emails all the time. It happens quite frequently, And I'm not saying I answer every single email, but just if I happen to pull up my email and you're in the top, I think it shows 25 at a time.
Yeah.
I go through
if you're
seasons.
in that 25, when I pull it up, I'm like,
you missed the first one because I sent you a whole email the first time.
Yeah, I didn't see it the first time.
So I want you to know that I hope everybody who's watching this right now, you should take that as a sign that just because you shoot your shot and you miss doesn't mean you shouldn't try again.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, what, you don't want my bikes?
Whatever. And I'll have you, I'll let you know, I've personally, went and shot my shot, did not get an answer, got left on red, but then I was like, you know what, I'm going to try again, and was successful.
Yeah, sometimes you got to try a few times.
If first you don't succeed,
try
again.
I've never tried at all, so this is a completely foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
Not even on accident.
Right. It just happens.
No, that's how we met him, Shovelheads, and then we did the Honda Silverwing video, which was super cool, super fun, and just a total insane, crazy thing. And then we did the BMW video, and that was a total insane, crazy thing. And now we're doing Shovelhead Summer.
Yeah. Are we gonna? But the thing about all those other times was we rode them home. We're not riding the Shovelheads home.
No, we're just gonna have a fun adventure, and then take them back here. Because this has turned, in the past 4 years, it has turned from Jason turned into a dude.
You're
'Cause when I
one.
first
He's
met
dude.
you, he was a dude when I first met him.
Some dude.
He was just some dude,
Yeah.
and then we hung out with him, had a bunch of beers, and
No,
I
he's
was
a
like,
dude,
and they
you're
turned
dude,
into a cool
I'm a dude.
dude.
We're all dudes.
Awesome dude.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's a pretty cool dude. If I had a bunch of
moments.
beers,
Yeah.
and I remember when we started, like, because we hung out a bunch before we even ever talked about collaborating on stuff, and it was so weird because it was definitely like neither one of us wanted to bring. I think we said everything about doing it without actually saying it for like, because I was like, I don't want to bring this up. This sounds weird, and I could tell you were feeling the same way.
Yeah.
For like, it was, you would have laughed your ass off, Shay, if you were there. We're just like said everything except for saying let's do something together for like a while.
What if?
Yeah, it was like what if?
But
Yeah.
unless I wouldn't. Maybe if you were
Maybe.
interested.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
But,
Maybe I've
like-
heard of other people. Like, I don't know. This is what I mean. If I was to do it, it would be like this.
Yeah.
If
You
I was
know,
to do
I
something
had
with
some
a guy
ideas.
like you, and then just
No.
be like, yeah, but if I was doing something with a guy like you, it'd probably be something like this. I don't know.
I was like, well, we could do that. Let's
If you're
try
into it, like I'm not into it, but if you're into it, I'd be into it too.
Yeah, yeah. So
And we started dating.
Yeah. Friends, and I'm a firm believer, and this has gone badly for me before, but I will say it's gone better for me way more times than it's gone badly. Is friends first, business second.
It works better that way for sure. Especially when once you build some trust and then you realize that people are you're on the same page with things. You got the same drive and same outlook, and you're looking for the same goals. It made it a lot easier for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
how long does it take to know somebody even really like?
A while. I think that
Yeah, I
probably a
agree.
year of hanging out to really know like somebody's morals and values, and that's like a hanging out regularly, being through some tight scrapes. Because it was like before our first ever collaboration came out. I think it was probably close to like 2 years. of,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
coming
before
out
we
here and
launched the
hanging
first
out.
one?
It
Yeah,
was
it
probably
took 2
ever first
years.
one.
It took 2 years
Yeah.
before we launched our first strain.
Well, you guys were also into that. You had a couple other projects you were working on.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cowboy thing was.
Yeah,
was
we're
kind
doing the
of like-
cowboy cure, which
yeah.
did not work out.
Yeah.
And that was a example of doing business with a friend that did not work out. But that was, and I hope he's doing well. It's nothing bad. I don't have any ill feelings towards him. It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It was just somebody I
Happens.
went to high school with, and so it's like I didn't know him as well now as I did then. I was just kind of going off that, and it's fine. We lost some money on it, but it's like not.
Did you invest in that company?
We invested in our products with that
Yeah,
company.
that's what I-
So
okay,
it's just like, we lost a lot. We lost a lot of money on it, but it's, I don't know.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Cool thing about money is you hopefully, usually, this sounds like so privileged, but I promise I'm not rich, but the cool thing about money is you can make more of it.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not in debt,
Yeah, dude, money
as long as you're not negative,
Exactly.
money comes
You
and
could just make
goes,
more of it.
but I won't be hot and in my 20s forever. Okay?
Yeah.
Like
I know that just
I
sounds
got
like
one
a-
shot at this.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird thing to say to be like, oh, well, money, you can make more of it. But that's truly my outlook. It's
No,
just
it
like,
is. I can attest. You could care
yeah,
less
just
about
like
money.
whatever.
Yeah, but I honestly I think that I've held that like idea even when I didn't have money, because I would do dumb shit like buy a concert ticket in another state and have no idea how I'm going to get there.
Right, and then just figure it out along the way. I like that.
Me
Though.
Yeah.
too. That's the adventure of it. That makes it more fun. I
And if
think.
you don't, it's already spent. So you're like, the money's gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I
so,
think I've
like-
had that kind of idea, but now I just kind of do it like higher risk.
Here's the thing: I've never met
Oh, yeah.
a dollar that I didn't know how to spend. I could spend it 3 different ways. If I could regenerate it, I'd
yeah.
spend it 3 times. So
All on Facebook
yeah,
Marketplace.
exactly. So when it comes to being like, oh, invest in this, let's put some money in to see if this works and blah blah blah. I'm just like, well, sure,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like if I have $10,000 to invest in something, and someone's like, okay, invest 10 grand, and you have 10 grand, invest 10 grand into this, and they're like, what? And people, oh, don't do that. What if you don't get it back? I'm like, I'm not gonna have that money in 3 months.
No, you gotta count that.
It's gone,
Also, you
dude.
gotta count that money is gone immediately, and you just can't expect it to come back.
That money's gone from
Anytime
me anyway, dude.
I shoot money out, I'm like,
It's
it's
so
gone.
crazy that $10,000 is so much fucking money. That's so much money, but then that's also nothing.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, to
It's
a lot
also
of people, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, but not even like in the concept of like to a lot of people it's nothing. But
You can spend it on one thing. easily.
Oh yeah.
Or it could pay your bills for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like both of those things at the same time.
It's so weird.
It is, right?
It is. It's so weird.
Because it's like if I had 10 grand right now, and it's like, dude, I'm a thousandaire. You know, sometimes I can't tell you. My bank account goes negative freaking every other month. But like, if I had $10,000 right now, I'd be like, oh shit. It's just enough money to stress me out to where it's like, I got to make sure I fucking keep this.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I better spend it because
Well,
it stresses me out to have it.
Yeah, that more money, more problems thing is real too. So the more money you have, the more problems it makes you, for sure.
And I don't want to get too much into it because it's just a very weird concept for me. It's why, how often have we talked money? I don't even like to talk about it because it's just like, having money stresses me out, dude.
Mainly leaning into the fact of like,
I'm a monk.
That's why you spend it.
Like $10,000 isn't a lot of money, but it also is in the fact of like $10,000 like changes someone's life.
It could change somebody's life for sure.
But then it's also like
life changing, life saving sometimes.
Yeah, literally save someone's life.
Yeah.
But that's why we do that's kind of why we're here right now.
That is why we're here.
Kind of lean into the like raffle
So
of
that
like
is why we're here,
$10,000
because
is like how much does it cost to change someone's life? Is it $1,000?
Sometimes it's $25.
Is it dozens of thousands of dollars?
Sometimes it's $25.
It's different for everyone.
So
honestly.
the cool thing about Forgotten Angels and about buying a raffle ticket, and please, I'll just always preface this with, don't buy a raffle ticket if you can't afford it. If you need, let's say if $500 would change your life, if you're like, dude, if I just had $500, I would have so much less worries. You do not need to be buying a raffle ticket.
But
I'm
if
not
you're
talking
like
shit,
cash rules
know?
everything around me, cream, get the money, dollar bills, y'all, you can probably afford a raffle ticket. Because I see somebody saying cream in the chat. So that guy can probably afford a raffle ticket.
So it's just like, anyway, so I'm just saying, don't buy a raffle ticket if you can't afford it. But I will say that $25, the way it gets spent here, because it's like, it doesn't hit any branches on the way down with Forgotten Angels. This is not like, there's not a treasurer, there's not a board of directors. I mean, yeah, there's a board of directors. It's me and Shay and like I think that Brian Timms, it's just an honorary title. We don't actually do anything.
What?
It's just on a card, the board of directors.
It's like written.
I think we're on the board of directors. I forget what it says on our Forgotten Angels card that David gave us.
Yeah.
So it says board member.
That's kind of like being
something.
a producer in a movie.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
like
anything.
being an executive
Assistant,
producer. It's
producer.
like, I was here. I did something.
So,
and my name's in the credits.
So, but the way it gets spent there is $25 literally can change somebody's life, save somebody's life, because the way Dave and Cindy spend this money on people, in order to take somebody from being completely homeless and take them from being homeless to having a home and being a productive member of society and being stable, and how long is a piece of string? That's it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. How much does it cost to raise a kid? Because that's how much it costs to take an 18-year-old child from being a homeless person with zero life skills and turn them into somebody who either has a lease that they can afford with a job that will pay it or owns a home. Like, how much money does it take? That takes as much money as it costs to raise a kid. That's how much money it takes. And that is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just is what it is. And that's why social workers don't like to touch these cases, because it's very hard to take somebody from being homeless to being a productive member of society.
That's also why kids get like ignored by their guidance counselors in schools, even, is because they see it and they're just like, oh geez, this is going to cause like problems and cause the school board money, and what if this kid just got their GED
Right, and just left
and just was not in the school anymore?
Yeah. And this, obviously, there's some people who can bootstrap themselves and put themselves through trade school. And, you know, I would, if you had asked me when I was 25, I would be like, I did everything on my own. Nobody helped me. If you had asked me when I was 35, I'd be like, I had a few people along the way who helped me. If you asked me today, I'd be like, dude, every year in my life, there was another person bending over backwards to help me. Yeah. You know, it's like looking back through the time. I've been helped so much by so many different people. But really, when it comes to $25 for these kids, that's a tank of gas, not a tank of gas, but that's enough gas to get out of a bad situation. That's a couple of hot meals. That's a night at a unfortunately really cheap motel, but that's a lot better sometimes than sleeping on the street. That's a shower. That's staying in a hotel room with a shower sometimes. or $100 is at least, you know, or less. I think you can get a decent for $50-$60 probably. You can get a hotel room you're not going to get stabbed at. It's not going to be nice, but you're at least not going to get stabbed.
Which is important.
It's important, yeah. I think $25 is a little low for like a night, so I don't want to go too low.
You should probably watch your back.
$25 pretty tough, but so for $50, that's a night, sleeping in a bed and a shower, you know, to go get a job interview. So there's amounts of money. So it's like you got to be like, what does my $25 raffle ticket do? Probably a lot more than you think. A lot more than you think. And being able to hear these stories directly from the kids' mouths is wild. How such a little amount of money changed their lives. Now, in the long run, getting them from being going from homeless to being an adult who has people who rely on them. That's a lot more than $25.
Yeah,
but,
dude.
You know,
these kids are literally speed running their adolescence.
Yeah.
Like, they're going from like not knowing how to tie their shoes and like being in debt because their parents took credit cards out in their names to like having like we have Brian Timms went and got his law degree to help kids like with their like legal issues and help them get out of trouble when things like that happen. Not like trouble, but like.
Yeah, Tim's a good guy, man.
He's a really good guy.
I spent a good hour on the phone with him one day with David, and he's a genuinely good cat.
Yeah,
he has great intentions, man. And just seems like super down to earth, like genuinely wants to help Forgotten Angels. Which
I've also got a soft spot for him because he let me wear Super Bowl rings.
Oh,
did he really?
Yeah. Dope.
I also want to do that. Do you
right?
think how funny would it look if I was wearing his Super Bowl rings?
I'm not gonna lie,
They're
wearing 2 Super Bowl rings,
Patriot rings too,
and
which
being
are
like, dude,
dialed.
this is a Super Bowl ring that you got by catching a winning touchdown pass in the Super Bowl from Tom fucking Brady.
That's pretty badass.
And being like, I had that Super Bowl ring on my hand. I'm like, that's pretty fucking. There's people who would like pay a lot of money to do that. I'm not really a sports guy. I just realized that it's a big deal. So I'm like, you know, for me, I wasn't like goosebumps, like I love sports, but I'm just like, I know that this is a big deal. So I was like, can I wear the ring? He was so cool. He's like, yeah, sure, here you go.
Is my mic bad, Pete? Sorry. Thanks for the looking out, Pete. Maybe I'm just not talking close enough.
Yeah, sometimes we get a little close. Thanks to Chloe, by the way. Chloe did a surprise photo set with the Honda Monkey that I didn't even know she took, where she did a jumping, flying split. Like, so go on Instagram. Yeah, go on the Instagram and look at it. It was good.
I wish we had a gorilla costume. You know, have you seen those like full body gorilla costumes? Oh, they're great.
Sure.
Oh man.
I know, Pete. I'm a mess over here. Leave me alone. Sorry. I'm trying.
It's supposed to be, Joe Rogan says, a fist length away.
Well, no. He's like, you can't see my face. I know. You don't need to see my face. Believe me.
Jason, you've gotten handsomer since I've met you.
That's true.
I think that's something that dads do at a certain age. It's like you go through like a nerd
phase.
Dudes
age are like
dudes
age are like wine, but girls age like cheese.
I think it's definitely a dad thing. So it's like every dad you see when their kids are like 2 or 3, they look like the biggest nerds that ever nerded ever. And by the time their kids get old enough to know, and maybe it's their kids know it's cool. By the time their kids get old enough to know it's cool, it's like, oh shit, dude, why does your hair look good? Yeah. Now you drive a cool car. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
oh shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what it is, dude. Yeah. It's like, it's like the dad transformation.
You did not drive a cool car when I met you.
It's not unique to you, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad about that, but it's like a phenomenon that dads go through.
I
the
agree
dad
with that.
glow up.
Yeah.
Like when the kids are like getting to the double
Jason,
digits.
you really have glowed up the last 5 years.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
You've done it. You've done a glow up in the past few years. It's very good.
Well, listen, you know, one of the things I realized is that you can work really hard, but if you don't get to have any fun, what's all the work for, right? And
damn straight.
Honestly, you guys kind of were like, dude, like, do something for yourself.
Cycles back to the very first thing we were saying.
Yeah.
It's like you have to enjoy the whimsy.
Yeah, you really do.
Engage in the whims.
Like my good friend Carlos said, you never saw a hearse with a luggage rack. And it was just like, bro. And Carlos,
taking nothing with you.
Carlos is a lineman. He makes a freaking lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's a traveling lineman. Like, he doesn't work for, he's just like wherever. He'll be
like
Carlos
construction
is cool as fuck,
Oh, dude. He'll be in Haiti, and then he'll be in freaking Africa. And then he's just all over the place, right? He lives in Tennessee, or his home is in Tennessee right now. He's been on the channel a bunch. But that he would always say that. And Carlos makes a ton of money and spends all of it.
That's the way to do it, Carlos.
What am I going to do? Give it to my kids?
I know, right? They got to work for it. No, I definitely want to leave some stuff to my kids. My dad didn't leave me and my brother shit. Actually, he's still alive, so he hasn't had a chance to. So
Ken Dean's in the chat, by the way. Ken Dean got into a little motorcycle accident. He's okay. Obviously, he's in the chat.
Oh,
but
Ken,
he got scraped up, busted himself up. That's a tough tumble to take when you're a tattoo artist too.
Oh, buddy.
Because it's like if you hit your hands or mess up your hands or your arm or something like that,
sucks.
that's your whole livelihood, man.
Yeah, you don't want to mess your hands up.
Oh, I'm so vain. Oh my God. I was thinking like, oh my God, no, all his tattoos are fucked up now because he's
You don't want to scrape them up.
All his freaking ghosts with
I'm like,
dicks
oh my
You have to
God.
scrape pretty bad, though. to ruin
Ken's
some
poor
tats.
skin.
His poor tattoos, his black arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you like all blacked out on your whole body?
Every tattoo he
Except
has
for
is
the
almost a
dick
joke. It's a
tattoos?
joke.
Really?
Yeah, that's not every tattoo artist, but a lot of tattoo artists because A, they practice on themselves.
Yeah.
B, they get tattoos their whole freaking life, so they have decisions that they've made when they're 22 that they have to live with when they're 52. So it's just like they get them covered up, you know. But it's like fine. Ken's very pragmatic about it, and he's very funny about it. Ken is one of the funniest dudes about tattoos that I've ever met.
No
we
shit.
have matching tattoos.
I saw that. I think you told me that one time.
Oh shit, Dry Heat
Yeah.
Doug, dude. By the way,
Doug.
thank you so much, dude. We love you, Dry Heat Doug, one of the original wizards, dude. Dry Heat Doug every once in a while will share something very funny on Instagram where he's just like drunk as a skunk in a hot tub somewhere in like the desert. I don't know what he does, and I don't want him to tell me because every once in a while he'll be doing something like luxurious where I'm just like, what the fuck do you do? Because he just looks like a dude who lays brick for a living.
He'll give you 3 guesses.
Yeah, he does. I'm just like, you'd be like, what
He's
does this
a
guy do
lineman.
for a living? It was like, I don't know.
He's a sailor.
He looks like he breaks larger rocks into smaller rocks. This is what he looks like he does for a living. But everyone, he'll be in like some like nice ass hotel and like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's cool as shit, though.
So
Good
thank
looking
you,
out, Dry
thank
Heat
you, dude.
Doug.
We appreciate you, Dry Heat Doug. But I will say, as much as we appreciate that, if you're going to spend $100, you could have gotten 5 raffle tickets for that. Thank you, Doug. But if you're going to spend any money, if you're going to donate some money to us, you could also just buy raffle tickets with that.
Yeah,
money.
man, win that monkey.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. You guys have the floor. I'm gonna squeeze by you, Shay, because you take up less room than Jason.
You know what? I was thinking I'm going to do a little slight adjusting right now. While you say that. Because I think that if I just push this cable. Like,
That was a bold move.
I know, but I
With all the
really.
wires.
That was bold. I know.
Trust me, I wired
No,
this.
they can't hear you.
I know.
We
I
wired it
this
so it doesn't
well.
cause you problems.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what if I move that just a little bit? But I was like, no, I don't.
You see my pretty face over here, so I'm not hiding behind.
You are so beautiful, you know.
It's true. Silver fox, baby. I know you wanted to see my face, Pete. You better stop.
You have a nice face.
9 mil, my man. It's happening.
Yeah, so.
I think that was a good move, actually. Fixed my mic problems over here.
That's what I'm saying. I just think that I needed to move the table a little bit. I saw it in my mind's eye. I was
You're
like,
like, "Fuck it.
I can
Yeah."
fix this. I'm just gonna
Shove the
push
table.
it.
Yeah, works out good.
The only problem for me is I'm so short and my feet don't touch the ground.
Thanks, Dry Heat Doug, man. I appreciate it. Not from lack of hard work, brother. That's what I have to say. Yes, I'm at a place now where we're doing really well, but it wasn't always this way. It was really rough for a lot of years. I mean, I came up here with my backpack on and had no plans, and it was really hard, man. It was a lot of
How old
lot
was
of
your
cup
son
of
at that
noodles.
time?
He was I had a baby. He was 1.
You had a
I had a
1-year-old
1-year-old
and a backpack.
and a backpack. And I came up, I went home every single 2 weeks without fail. I
That's
never
so
missed.
fucking crazy.
I had to get home. I hated leaving, but I also knew I had to do something. And I was really bored back home. I just sold my other shop, and I needed something.
You had a gun store.
Yeah, I had a gun shop, and I sold That's a whole nother story. But yeah, I ended up selling out on that, and then trying to figure out what to do next. And it was, and thank God Steve hit me up and it was like, come to Portland. And I never thought I would live in Portland. Like, I was a Bay Area cat my whole life, and I actually lived up here years ago. I created a magazine for the Oregonian, but yeah, ended up going back to California because it's where all my friends, family, brother, my brother Jojo and the boys and his wife are all out there. My wife's brother's out there, so our whole family is in Livermore, California. And but sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith, and that's honestly what I did. I took a leap of faith, jumped in the Nissan Altima and smashed out here with nothing but my backpack on, and didn't have a place or anything. I mean, we literally were just trying to figure out what to do. And yeah, now we're partnered up with you guys. We're making some of the best extracts on earth, like literally on earth. And as you can see, we just won best extracts in the Oregon Leaf Bowl, which is pretty awesome. And it was cool that you guys got to experience that. Josh and Shay were up here for that. They got to experience that. They got to go win and collect the award and get up on the stage. And it was pretty awesome, I think. I mean, it was, I've got to do that before. I got to go up on stage and win the High Times Cup for Best Outdoor, which was such a cool experience because, you grew up with High Times magazine.
What a fucking honor, dude.
It was. What a fucking honor. And I literally had no idea we were going to win that. I mean, it was my second year up here. And yeah.
What a fucking honor, man. That's amazing.
It propelled us for sure. That was something that like launched us into being recognized out here in Portland.
Well, not only in Portland, but honestly across the country, because I have a friend who grows out in California, and she said that she's grown tons of forbidden fruit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? That's our strain? Yeah. Like,
yeah, it's a popular strain. Just some people do it differently. Like, it grows dark black, almost like it's dark purple, almost black here in Oregon. But when we grow it in Mendo, it doesn't grow that color. It's more of a...
It's got to be the soil, man.
Really dark green. It's interesting. It's the climate. Climate has a lot to do with it. Soil, everything we grow is in pots, so we're controlling the environment of all of our plants and all the nutrients and whatnot. But the climate is the one thing we have no control over. So that's what really changes a lot of the, color and flavor, everything. Climate has a lot to do with it. So
I think it's also made with love.
And love. Yep. Brandon and Steve, man, they do such an amazing job at the farm. These guys are incredible. Brandon's just a straight workaholic. I mean, he's been doing this for 30 years and, not always on the light side of things.
Everyone's got a past.
Everybody's got a past. But he's just got it down to a science now. I mean, he's as good as there is in the...
So we'll have to name it Pete Carvo just put a down payment on a trophy case. So big shout out to my man
dude.
Pete's been here, by the way. He took the tour. Yeah, Pete's which you can Pete. Just like this is not an open invitation to take a tour, but like if you're
please call and schedule.
If you want to call and schedule something, it's not an official thing, but if you want to call and schedule something and see how business gets done here, there is an open door policy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just don't show up and knock on the door and be like, I'm ready for my tour.
Show me around.
Yeah, I actually think that is what Pete did, but
we love Pete. Yeah. But I'd met Pete at one of the rides, so I recognized him immediately, and I was like, "What's up?" And
it's like we know Pete, so it's cool. Yeah, but it'll be the Pete's trophy case. So this is and not to just take over this conversation, but this is something I learned in the liquor world a long time ago, in the beer world, not as a creator, but as a I don't want to even say as a connoisseur, but as a consumer, is there was always this weird thing, like before I really knew how the sausage was made, you kind of assume when something's the best that there's a secret, right? And I think that's a little bit of a fallacy. There's this but it's common to assume that. I remember assuming that, being like, oh, why is this whiskey the best whiskey? Well, they must have this closely guarded family secret. Why is this beer the best beer? They do this one thing. And ultimately what you find out once you get behind the scenes, you realize how things are made, is that there's never really a secret. And the secret is that you don't skimp on any single step. The secret is spending the time at every single step, and
don't cut corners.
you don't cut corners. And that's it. That's the secret.
No, you're right.
Is you don't cut corners. Now, of course, there's good soil. There's expertise. Steve and Brandon, the boys down on the farm, are just some of the best out. But yeah, and Jason's expertise, and the fact that Jason runs a tight ship here. If you want to work for Sessions, you can certainly send in your resume, but don't expect it to be.
It's not run the same as other facilities, because I've seen other facilities and they're gross.
Yeah, so expect that you're going to come up and you will probably get paid more than you will at any other place that processes this stuff, but it's not going to be high five. I'm sure there's high fives. It's a fun place to work, but you will be expected to perform at a high caliber. So anyway, that's the secret, is that no corners are cut. And that's why nobody's afraid for anyone to see any part of this, is that you can look at every single corner of this building, every single corner of the farm, and you will not get them. You'll not be like, oh, gotcha, I see where you cut the corner there. It just doesn't happen. And that's how you make a product that wins first and second place.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how you sweep categories, is by not cutting corners, because other people do.
Well, the idea is that we are putting out a product for the people, and we want everybody to have a good experience with it. And I would feel terrible personally if we put something out that was subpar. And I know you would too. You wouldn't even have joined forces with me, so to speak.
Oh, I like that.
If
not
we
so
were
to speak.
doing,
We wouldn't even be in cahoots.
yeah, we wouldn't be in cahoots.
Cahoots, dude. Joined forces.
We
I
wouldn't
like
join
this.
forces. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be.
There
doing
would be no
these awesome
canoodling.
collabs.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be winning first and second place, or we won second place in the distillate one too. That's in the mail apparently.
Yeah.
They let me know.
I was gonna ask you. I was like, "Is our trophy coming?" Or were they just like, "Yeah,
blowing
your
smoke.
trophy is in the mail,
Yeah. No.
right with the check."
They did call me and they're like, "Hey, what address you want to send that?"
Okay,
to?
that's cool. No, that's nice.
I was like, "Send it to this address." And yeah, so and we just launched that product not long ago, less than a year ago, I think. We launched the distillate, and there's not many of us, because distillate is like such a unique product in itself versus BHO. But we only put our own terpenes in that product, so there is no flavoring, there is no goop that some of the other guys
No
do.
Chinese goop.
Yeah, you're not gonna freaking, that's why all these people are getting fucking sick
Yeah.
down in California
Yeah.
and like getting popcorn lung.
There's
and
one
like,
ingredient.
And that shit is real. That popcorn lung, man, is
Yeah, I
terrible.
have friends who are like, no, I don't like to hit vapes because like it hurts like my
Should not
throat.
hurt.
And I'm like, then
Nah.
you are not smoking the right shit. Like, here,
Could also
try
be
this.
a bad delivery device. It could be a bad pen too, which
Totally.
there's good. They use great pens.
Yeah, hardware
Makes
is
a
a
difference.
Hardware.
big difference. Yep. Using
Yeah,
good hardware
so-
is so crucial.
I'll tell you, I've never hit a Sessions cart and had it sound like the crackly,
Yeah.
hot crackly
Yeah.
sound that from.
You're burning the atomizer up. Yeah.
I've never had that.
So I will tell you this: here's the difference, and this is why you're like, oh, so why don't other people just do this? Because it's out there. You can either hire the right people or hire someone as a consultant. If you've got a ton of money, and you want to hire Jason as a consultant to start your own business, he's available.
Oh yeah.
It's not free, but the information is available to do all this stuff. And I'm not trying to I didn't ask you about that. I assume that you would be open to
Oh,
consulting.
we're definitely we've
Yeah.
helped a few companies out. And yeah,
It's not free,
It's definitely
but-
not free. But if you want the right, and here's the thing, there's other states we're not competing against at the moment that we want them to produce quality products as well. Like the idea is that the people are buying all these things. We want them to buy safe, healthy, products.
One
We don't-
ingredient.
Yeah, one ingredient, cannabis. That's
So
it.
I will
That's all
tell
you
you
get with us.
the difference between why doesn't everyone do that? Because I think that's a good question. if it's so easy, if it's just like do the right thing and do everything correctly and don't cut any corners and use the right hardware and use the right and not don't use Miracle Grow and don't use pesticides and don't use Chinese goop to freaking buff your product up and don't use fake flavoring and don't like, well, okay, the framework is there. You know how to make a product that sweeps categories when it comes to winning prizes. Why doesn't everybody do it? Well, each one of those things I'm not talking shit about you right now, Jason. This is a set of love. But each one of those. So if Jason cut 10 corners, he would still make a product that people would buy and that would still not be bad. And he could drive, what's the nice Mercedes? That's the 4-wheel drive one, a G-Wagon. He could drive a G-Wagon, right? And if he cut 9 corners, well, maybe he could drive a Lexus RX 470. And if he cut 8 corners, so and down and down and down until you don't cut any corners and Jason drives a Chevrolet.
Rocking the Chevy, baby.
Oh yeah, you really do, huh?
Yeah.
And so it's like
nice Chevy. Come on.
Yeah, it's a nice Chevy, but it's like, and that's the difference between why doesn't everybody just make it this way? It's because they want to drive a G-Wagon.
It's true.
And that's also why that person gets bought out. Like the second a Canadian corporation is like, you want some money?
That's so true. Well, also, like,
you're family owned and operated.
You made a good point. Like, good carts are expensive. We can go buy Chinese carts and spend a third, if not less, of the money in that cheaper hardware, but we want to use good, high quality product. The idea is that we don't get a whole bunch of returns back. We want people to be happy with their first purchase instead of going back to the shop 3 times until we get it right.
Which happens.
I feel like
It does. No matter what you do, you're going to have returns, but you want to mitigate those, and you do that by using good stuff.
So I feel like these ones don't burn so hot. Like, first of all, that, like, I'm never getting, like you said, that, like, burned atomizer, that feeling that when you're fucking hitting your vape too hard. And it also makes it last so much longer, which I've gotten a lot of comments because we give out the samples when we go on our group rides. People say that the pens last a long time because they're not burning so much. But it also is good for you. Well, not good for you because, like, smoking anything isn't necessarily good for you.
Right.
It's not
bad for you.
It's not nearly as bad. And I'll tell you, after I've been smoking pens for a while and I went back to smoking flower, and I'm like,
oh, it's fast.
This is gross. It's just like, it's so hot.
Harsh.
It's so harsh
Yeah.
because it's hot. And when you're hitting this, it's like the temperature is so controlled and low.
It's just so much smoother. I mean,
the
flavor's better.
We did a little experiment out here.
I can see why a lot of,
so we did.
I mean, this with peace and love, older people are smoking vape pens.
Me and Shay went out to a dispensary, which we'll cold call dispensaries. People wonder what we do up here. We scope out dispensaries.
Canoodle?
We canoodle. We're in cahoots. We join forces, and ultimately
we engage in coercion.
Yeah. So if you want to help us work less, which I would love, just ask your local dispensary to order sessions, and I'll work less.
Don't make him work any less. Okay. His lunch breaks are like 4 hours, and then he comes back and takes a break.
Well, I'm just, but that's because everyone fucking loves me, and they love to see me experience the whimsy. I'm like the mascot, Everyone out there just wants to,
shit.
Yeah. So we and Shay did a little experiment out here, and the guy gave us a deal, but I think that retail was almost $70 a gram.
It was $60.
Oh,
it was $60 a gram.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
I paid $60 a gram for stuff. It wasn't weed.
It wasn't weed, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
Rosin.
It was rosin. It was not that good.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I know myself, and I know what I like. I like shatter. I like it a lot. I don't like rosin. Because it's $60
Yeah, it's hard to
and
swallow.
Shatter
$60 for a
is
gram.
$12.
No.
It was $12, and I enjoyed that $12 gram as much as I enjoyed the $60 gram.
Well, when you buy a Sessions vape or a pre-roll, you do bigger pre-roll. You do 1.5 grams pre-rolls.
We do.
Yeah, because they have wax in them.
Yeah,
1.5s?
we do 1.25s.
Gotcha.
It's a gram of flour, 1/4 gram of oil, and then we do the 0.75s, where it's 1/2 gram, 1/4 gram of oil.
So, so we'll just say the vape cartridge then. Those are usually 1 gram, right?
Yeah.
So
we have 2 grammers coming though, but yeah.
So, this was 1 gram that we paid $60 for. I think they had one that was $65. And like I said, I've never.
He was really trying to sell it to me,
When
but he gave me a discount because he could tell I was not
that
fucking.
Much for 1 gram is
I was
insane.
not gonna do it, and Josh was like, "Just get it."
Well, I wanted to see what the freaking
what is
hoopla was
and
about.
Trying.
And I was not buying the shit he was selling.
It was
That it
not
was so
good.
much, and I was just like, "Nah, dude, I fucking know."
Yeah.
So for that price, you could buy 3 Sessions pens. So it's like we talk about how good it is, and you're like, oh, no corners are cut, and Jason drives a Chevy. Like you would be like, oh, are the carts $40 fucking? No, they're $20. Now it's obviously up to the individual dispensary, but I assume that the dispensaries could sell them for $20.
That's typically what they sell.
Yeah.
Now.
So I'm not saying that like if they sell them for 22 or something like that, but $20
They
is
do
what
like
they
to
can sell
make
them
up
for.
their margins on our products just because we are so affordable. So dispensaries, they know that the value of the product is probably way above $20, so they can sell it for more. I think they're worth a lot more, but the market dictates what we can sell at, and the idea is volume. We have the ability to produce a lot, so for us it's like let's just make a lot of carts and
Right.
get
It's
them
for
in the
the
hands of
people.
everybody. Yeah.
There's no reason that you can't have the best, and there's no reason you have to pay freaking 3 times as much for that.
Yeah,
Right.
so they're only 20.
Yeah,
Yes, they are
$20.
not super expensive. They're not
And
fucking
that's the all-in
$60
ones.
grams, which is absolutely ridiculous. And for what you're selling and able to state about your product that it is like 100% cannabis, all your terpenes are naturally
that's a
derived
whole gram.
from your own
No goop.
Flour.
cannabis
Yeah.
products. You should probably be able to charge $60 a gram, but you don't want to because like.
Yeah, if you put it in Apple packaging and freaking like it just like it pulled out real smooth, maybe you could charge like $45 or something. But it's like, nah, dude, it's good. It's in a it's in a regular package and it's $20.
No.
Jason has 2 kids. I don't think he pulled out real smooth.
Too smooth, maybe. Too smooth. We want it in Florida too, man. Florida is definitely a goal for us. When it becomes legal, we have plans, and Florida is obviously a major part of that.
So there's a lot of people are asking when it will be available in this state. So I think that a lot of people don't understand how because marijuana is federally illegal.
Yep.
Still. So according to Washington D.C., we are outlaws. We are not. That's why like this video could easily get taken down from YouTube.
Hear me out.
Like this is
when
illegal.
I was in Washington D.C., I was able to buy cannabis legally. Well, technically I didn't buy it because that would be illegal. What I did was I bought 2 stickers from a man, and he gifted me an 1/8 of cannabis for free. But those stickers were $60.
Listen, there's pop-ups everywhere. Before
And that
New
was
York
a legal
was legal,
transaction.
There was
That was a
dispensaries.
completely legal transaction in DC. So can we just make it federally legal if that's what the loopholes y'all are going to do in DC?
We'll see what happens.
Right, Josh?
I'm worried about them making it federally legal, but then still making weird state line. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see how it goes down.
Well, they'll probably make us keep a certain amount of product in the state of Oregon, which is fine. But it opens us up to getting our products in the we want to be in Michigan, we want to be in all these states. If you're an licensed OLCC licensed business, you can only sell your products in Oregon. There's no option to get it into Washington, which is right next door, in a legal state. California, right next door, legal state. We cannot bring our products across state lines.
The second it crosses state lines, it's a felony.
Yep. So, our plan is to be in all these states. We definitely are making our moves to do that. But in order for us to sell in California, we need to produce in California.
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
But then it's like that's a whole different thing because there's different soil. There's different ways to produce. I'm not saying that the boys wouldn't know how to do that, but it's not as easy as just being like Johnny Appleseed and throwing down some freaking cannabis seeds on the ground. And there's so much more to it than that. Now, what more is there? I don't know. I just know that there is.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
You know, but that's what Brandon and Steve do. You know, and what I do, please nobody ask too hard about that.
Insanely valuable, though.
Yeah, it's very valuable yet undescribable. Yeah. It's undefinable, certainly.
Definitely undefinable.
But it's not as easy as just being like grabbing a plot of land and starting to grow. So we'd love to be in every state. We'd love to be in all 50 states, Canada, worldwide, because I'm so confident that it's so easy. Once you've seen how everything is produced, once you've tried the product, if you've been to Oregon, and by all means, fly to Oregon, take a vacation here, rent a motorcycle.
Yeah, come on up.
Try sessions, you know, experience what it's like to ride around here. And during the summer, it's absolutely amazing.
It really is.
You know, I think maybe we'll sometime during the summer, maybe we'll put together something like a cool like Oregon tour or something like that for people who want to come in from out of state. That's a whole other. That won't be probably till next year. But anyway, I don't know how. You know, I would put it up against anything. It would be so easy to be like, this is just the best in the world, and someone else might say no, but that at that point it's subjective. You'd be like, okay, that's not the best, but is it in the top 10? Yeah. And if you're in the top 10, you might as well be the best.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's just personal taste, and nothing about how this stuff gets made. Not one single corner is cut. It's the absolute best, and nobody else. There are other people who do it as good, but there's nobody who does it better.
I totally agree. There are some great companies out there. They make some great products. We've sold a lot of trim to these companies. They've made great oil. I mean, I would never say anything negative about another cannabis company out here, even though I may have feelings about certain cannabis companies. We stand on our own products. We know what we produce, and we stand behind them 100%. We know we're producing, if not the best, we're definitely in the top 10.
Easy to say. Somebody else wouldn't say it because they'd be worried about somebody calling them out or being like, this sucks. Like, easy, dude. Because somebody could buy the pen and be like, I'm going to buy that pen and I'm going to smash. It's like, no, go ahead, dude.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
I saw somebody in the comments too over here. I'm sorry, I didn't. It scrolls really fast. So they said they bought weed that had been like painted or colored. And I've been accused. I've been accused of it. Yes.
So I want you to tell that story. Yeah.
So our forbidden fruit is like black. Well, I was just telling them earlier.
Yeah.
Our forbidden fruit is black. It's such a dark purple. Honestly, it looks like it was spray painted. Obviously, we don't do that. It's ridiculous. But this guy, he was convinced that we do that, and he took he bought like an eighth or whatever, took one of the butts and dropped it in a glass of water, and it turned the water purple. Well, It's purple. It's what's going to happen. It's purple. It's color.
Smash up blueberries.
Right.
It will also turn purple.
We'll turn it purple. But anyway, we invited him out to the farm to see it growing on the stalks. And like when he came out and saw it like growing like that, he was pretty mind blown. He was utterly convinced.
I want you guys to let that sink in.
Yeah.
So just because like that's how confident everybody is here, and that's not because they're cocky. That's because there's nothing to hide.
Right.
This was a dude who accused them of spray painting their product to make it look black or purple, in an Instagram comment.
Yeah.
And Jason, and this is like some Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back shit.
Yeah, and he started posting it everywhere. It was like
this is just like this dude's talking shit everywhere online, and Jason's like, show up, see what happens.
Yeah.
This is like literally going online. Someone's talking shit and be like, well, why don't you show up and see what happens?
I was surprised he actually did.
Yeah, the dude showed up.
Yeah, he did.
And now he's like, dude,
now he loves us.
He's the best salesman ever.
Yeah. He was so convinced that we were doing some shady stuff and that we were coloring our weed. And I'm just like, dude, do you know how much? If you saw how much forbidden fruit we grow, I mean, it's literally like rows and rows and rows.
Well, there's a video. We have a video on it of us riding dirt bikes through it. It's wild.
I mean, it would be such a job to just like make every single bud purple like through spray.
Oh, it'd be insane.
You
I
can't
can
do it.
see
You
why
can't do
someone
it.
might. I don't know. It's hard.
I mean,
I've been to the
it's
farm,
that
so I don't
beautiful.
know.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it is one of the most beautiful strains I've ever seen, and it shocks people that it's that dark. But when he came out and he saw that, and then we dropped the bud right off the plant into the glass of water, and it turned it bright purple. He was just like, "What?" I was like, "Told you." You think we're painting our weed out here? Like what?
I know
the
some
hell?
people are saying that there are people. I guess some people do it. Is that a thing that?
I've never
people
heard of
done?
it.
I've never heard of
Maybe
that.
it's something people do. I can't imagine somebody actually doing that, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through the trouble of
I mean, dude,
individually painting. Like, it's so
like,
weird.
I don't even know how you do it. Like really, it seems like such a task you can't even,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
super
even
weird. But I guess
complete.
maybe it has been done. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's people have done some pretty silly shit just to try to sell their stuff. I mean, but painting their weed purple
Seems
is
pretty wild. Although I will say this, that so a lot of we like obviously like all of our sessions products, they use a lot of names that are indicative of what they taste like, and a lot of those names are ice cream paint job.
Yeah.
She's my cherry pie. These are names that are like to go like this is what it's going to taste like, and they do.
Yeah.
Now, does it taste like smoking ice cream? No, it tastes like smoking weed with a little bit of ice cream in it.
You
That's
can
what it tastes
definitely
like.
well, it's the
It's
ice
pie.
cream. It's an ice cream strain for sure. She's my cherry pie. It has a cherry pie and tangy, which is our forbidden fruit. I mean, you're going to taste those.
Yeah, you get it.
Those flavors. Yeah, we definitely want, and we do this on most of our stuff. We want it to be indicative of the flavor profile.
So what that is and just like somebody spray painted, there are people who are just like, this is Bananarama 100 bananas, and that's not a strain that has a hint of banana in it. They're just like injecting that shit with whatever yellow number 5 that they put into banana runts.
it's so
I'm like, it's
yeah.
that's not made up.
No.
That's 100% true, and they do not have to disclose that. It's like the same as smoking a freaking backwoods banana.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a backwoods, dude, but like you think that they used natural banana like no, dude.
No.
They injected that shit with some Frankenstein yellow number 5.
You
Some
say it
actual
like-
banana flavoring, which is
Why do you say
pretty gross.
inject it?
Because because it sounds creepy.
does-
I'm trying
it
to make
does
it
sound creepy
And
when
I'm
you're
like, I think
injecting.
that our stuff is better and their stuff is bad. So I'm trying with my words. I'm trying to make that their stuff sound worse.
Good job.
They're injecting it with needles,
Those
with
fucking
yellow number
stabbing
5.
it
That's
in their
literally
weed.
Where'd they get it?
propaganda.
They ground up dolphins and foxes and other cute animals to make it.
All
Dead
red
puppies.
colors.
Yes,
They
puppies.
crushed up all the red colored animals to get their red flavoring.
Do you guys know what red dye number 5 is?
Yeah, it's bugs.
It's fucking bugs.
Yeah, shrimps is
I
bugs
did not
too.
know that for the longest, and I'm like, man, I'm never buying red dye number 5 products.
You know
again.
shrimps is bugs?
Well, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
cockroaches.
essentially. Yeah, but I'm not eating cockroaches. You're
Yeah,
not
but
eating cockroaches.
Do you eat shrimp?
I eat scrimp.
You eating scrimps? You eating fucking roaches, bro. I don't know how to
scrimps.
tell you this, but shrimps is bugs. And I had never seen a shrimp in real life, like an alive
Yeah, they're weird looking.
shrimp,
Yeah.
until like I guess a few months ago when we started boating. And I looked in the bait bucket and I was like, no fucking way.
That's so. It really will turn
No
you off to
fucking
seafood
way.
for sure.
Well, first of all, I already don't eat seafood.
yeah,
I was
love
like
that.
vegan and vegetarian for a really long time.
Well, you had
and-
lobster with us one night though.
I'll try anything.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't like it.
No,
I'll tell you, it was quite unpleasant.
like you have to like it. I feel like
It's very.
it's different.
It tasted like the ocean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I imagine that's like what eating a bug would be like, and you'd be like, this tastes like the ground. Yeah, delicious.
I fucking love lobster.
gross. No, that's
Send it.
fucking gross, dude.
Yeah.
Shrimps is bugs. I'm not down with that shit.
I love Pete. He's like, what does Eastbound and Down taste like?
So
winning,
I'll
Pete.
tell you.
Yeah.
I actually hit it
Oh, yeah,
for the
you
first
have-
time.
you had it.
I have to tell you, I took one out of the box.
Okay.
I don't know if you have to log that somewhere, but I have stolen.
All right, you're fired.
Fuck!
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I haven't tasted it. I have no idea.
oh my God, it's so good.
It looks great, though.
It's so
Smells
good.
great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's a gold.
Okay, so I have one in my pocket. I'm going to show you guys.
Show 'em. It's Burt Reynolds flavor. Sell 'em cheeseburger. I like it. That's my That's my uncle, Uncle Burt.
Packaging for one
Yeah.
in the other room. Hold up. Okay, guys, I can sit on the table and show you. You probably can't hear me. It's fine. I can grab this mic. Okay. All right. Hear me out. Check me out, guys. We have 3 new strains coming. This one, we'll start with the She's My Cherry Pie because that's the one we're talking about. No, grab the Eastbound and Down. It's the only one I don't have.
Sorry.
No, you're good. This next one I'm going to show you guys is called Original Sin. We had to change up the art a little bit on this to get it past the regulations, but this is the final art and I'm so super happy with it. It's so cute. Look at this man. Thanks. Okay, wait, there we go. This one is the Eastbound and Down.
That was my favorite.
It's so cool.
Saw Shay not in the right spot. I was like, oh God, what happened?
Oh God, what happened? No, I'm just doing show and tell. I stole Jason's mic too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this one I'm gonna have to do like the beauty Instagram thing. That's like clear. That's freaking clear. All right, you guys ain't gonna believe this next one. All right, you guys ain't gonna believe it.
Peaches. That one's peaches. It's one of the tastiest strains I think we've ever made. It's so great. And this is my favorite because I'm a huge Warrant fan. Who, if you didn't like Warrant, there's something wrong with you. That song is amazing. So yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to launch these. You know which one Josh's favorite is.
Didn't
for
know
sure.
about that until recently. I've been going through a huge 90s kick recently.
Yeah, she hasn't seen. She has not seen Smoking the Bandit yet. I want to watch that. Us all watch that together.
No way.
No, but I'm like,
That's
wouldn't that
gotta
be a fun
happen.
one for us to all watch together, though, Jason?
Right?
Oh yeah, let's do
Or
that.
maybe
Let's
we'll
do
do
that,
like a
right?
stream.
Movie
of it.
night?
We'll
Can
have
we do
movie night at the
night?
house. Yeah.
We keep talking about doing a Discord movie night. That'd be a
So-
fun one for that.
Oh, that's a good one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched Fight Club for the first time this week.
You can't talk about Fight Club.
It was so
Wow.
fun to watch it, dude.
Isn't it
'cause,
so good?
Dude,
love
I
Fight
hadn't
Club.
seen it since it was on VHS.
First rule of Fight Club, Shay.
And dude, it
Don't
was
talk
so
about Fight
fun
Club.
to watch her watch it for the first time.
Yeah,
and
I
like
bet.
see all this stuff she hadn't seen before, and like
Yeah.
get references that she hadn't got. Like,
and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that like in pop culture 1,000 times. Of course, I know what that's from. Like, I've seen that.
Yeah, that is like one of the best movies ever. I mean, it's such a throw you for a loop at the end of that movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, the twist, which you can talk about because it's been like a movie came out in 1999. Like, the people you should know about the twist, which I think you kind of did. You kind of knew what was up, right?
He was dead the whole time.
Did you know
and it's
that?
really the ghost.
Yeah.
Did you know? Did you
of
realize
Christmas
it?
I thought she knew exactly, but she kind of knew what was going on.
No, I knew. I knew the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew that it like the
It
whole
also
plot
like it's like so obvious. Too,
I knew the plot of the movie. What I didn't know, what I considered to be the major plot twist of the movie, is his death at the end.
It's wild.
His death is implied. Like,
sure.
Edward Norton's death is implied.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
Is his suicide, is shooting himself, is the death of his ego,
right?
Killing himself, and killing himself before finding out that Marla was okay.
Right. He did that first.
He didn't care about Marla.
No.
So he was like, I'm going to end this. And then Marla was an afterthought.
Yeah, Marla was not even an afterthought. She was never a thought.
Right. He just happened to see her
it's like
afterwards.
Truly, even in his death, he never actually was able to kill his ego. He just killed himself. And at the end of the day, as the world is burning and crashing down around him, his only excuse, his only explanation for all of his terrible actions and for every terrible thing he's done to Marla and every person that he's interacted with during the movie is, I'm sorry, you've met me during a weird time in my life. Fuck you, Edward Norton. Fuck you, Taylor Durden. You're the worst thing that ever happened to me. Fuck
and
him,
you're not
dude.
wrong. That's the right thing to take away from it.
That's what I took away from that movie.
It is.
That's what I took away from Fight Club, is that even in his death, this guy fucking sucked.
He sucked.
He sucked.
This, I think that, Fight Club is a very, I wouldn't even say misunderstood. I think people understand it, but I think people take the wrong things out of it. There are certainly things to admire about the protagonist of Fight Club. Just like there are things to admire about the protagonist of American Psycho. But ultimately, this person is a representative of a male, a human male, because these are very masculine, male-driven movies, which it's not, that just doesn't make them bad. But this is very much an examination of the male psyche. This is not a person to be idolized.
Well, and how an ego can't be killed when it's that strong.
Right.
Ego.
You're like, this is
like
you.
You talk about ego deaths, right? We've talked about these in the past. Like, the only way that ego dies is when he dies.
And so it's like, this is not a person to be admired. This is not a person to live up to. This is a person who has
Tyler Durden. I fucking said Taylor Durden.
Yeah, well, it's Taylor from that we know.
Because we know somebody named Taylor Durden.
Oh yeah.
And I mix their names up.
Yeah. So
someone corrected me and they're like, dude, and I'm like, oh my bad, sorry Taylor.
The weird meta world that we live in now is where that Tyler Durden and Christian Bale from, I forget the guy's name, from American Psycho, are now kind of idolized in this weird kind of way. And I'm just like, what a weird meta.
No, it's like if you idolize
this.
them, then you've missed the point.
Yeah.
And they're a representation of the worst parts of masculinity.
At the time.
And I think in my generation, sorry to go off about movies all of a sudden. I was just talking about my 90s kick in general. But also, like, that same coin for women is Ramona Flowers. Women should not idolize Ramona Flowers.
I'm not familiar with her. Who's that?
She's from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She's like the manic pixie dream girl. She's like the girl from what's the one with Jim Carrey?
You know how many of my girlfriends have been manic pixie dream girls?
Jim Carrey.
All of them.
What's Jim Carrey's movie?
And they're all the worst. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that girl.
You know how many of my ex-girlfriends' favorite movie is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
what's
all of them.
another one? 500 Days of Summer. All these girls are awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
never
Not to
heard
be
of
idolized girls.
Weird main character syndrome girls, dude. It's terrible.
And if you are a girl and you idolize any of these women, you have missed the point of the movie.
Ramona Flowers and
Ramona sucks.
and Tyler Durden are like not
They
that far
suck.
apart. And Christian Bale's
The
American
point
Psycho.
of Scott Pilgrim
I haven't seen that movie in so many years. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that
is they
one.
deserve each other. They both suck.
Clementine, there you go.
Yeah, so anywho, what was the other movie we watched? Because you wanted to tell.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell you about it because this seems like exactly the type of movie that you're not that much older than me. You're like 6 or 7 years older than I am.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm
Maybe
like,
a little older.
no, you're not. You're like, I'm about to turn 42, man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
8
it's
years
like,
on you.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're very close. We could have not gone to high school together. You could be my older brother.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Gotcha.
So it's and not that much older even.
What movie are you talking
So, dude, Suburban Commando.
about?
Do you remember that with Hulk Hogan, where he comes from outer space? Dude, Hulk Hogan plays like a
This
wayfaring-
cannot be a good movie.
Oh,
Is
it's
it-
You know what?
amazing.
So
Is it?
I sat
Really?
down on the couch
Not
being
really,
like,
but it is amazing.
no. It was good.
Yeah.
It was like, I sat down on the couch being like, there's no way. This is going to be so bad, and I'm not even going to want to sit
I mean,
through
I'm already thinking
90
that.
minutes of this.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't
And
want
you
to.
liked it?
Because there was something I wanted to put on.
Yeah.
And
I was
Josh-
like, no, Suburban Commando. It's free on YouTube.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I wanted to show him the new Seth Rogen show. And he's like, no, fuck your shit. We're watching Hulk
The
Hogan.
Hulkster.
We're watching
He's
the
a Tampa
Hulkster.
hero.
He is a Tampa
And I was
hero,
like,
isn't he?
fucking fine.
And you enjoyed it?
Loved it, dude.
Start to finish, such a good movie.
Did
Really?
not get up.
I'm
She's like,
gonna
loved
have
it,
to
dude.
check this out.
I paused it when I had to use the restroom type shit. Like, this movie, I did not want to miss one of these cheesy lines that he delivered. And I wanted to know how many. I'm like, I want to see the fucking bloopers of this movie. I want to see the fucking director's cut.
That's too
Everything-
funny.
everything
I can't
they
even
make it.
imagine old Terry killing it in the movie. He just
No.
seems like the worst actor of all time. Is that kind of the point, maybe?
He definitely plays the same guy.
Well,
he
he's
plays
no
in, like,
Arnold.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
or
He's
Not
Tropic
Arnold,
Thunder,
so like, what do you
No.
want?
Yeah.
What was that movie he was in? It wasn't Tropic Thunder. There's another Tropic
The
something
Hulkster?
Paradise. There was like a weird jet boat movie. Anyway, yeah.
this is
Terry's
great.
been in Balea. That's his actual name,
Yeah.
Terry Balea. The Hulkster.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies. They're all bad.
we went to the same
They're
high
all
school.
bad.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
the Hulkster.
No, no shit.
Yeah.
That's wild. The Hulkster. Is he like notorious at that high school?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Like Terry.
I think they
high
had a
school?
photo of him, but I don't know about like. I think I saw him once. I don't know.
That's too funny. I'll have to watch that one.
Anyway, we got Thunder in Paradise. There it is. Not Tropic Thunder. Thunder in Paradise.
I was like, I don't
Yeah.
remember the Hulk and
So,
Tropic Thunder.
yeah, I've just been
Thanks, Claire.
going down a '90s kick lately because of the "She's My Cherry Pie."
Yeah, introverted yokai got me. He goes, it was a TV show with a boat.
You were like, ding.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Knight Rider was a TV show with a car.
Yeah.
You know, Airwolf was a TV show with a helicopter.
Yo, Airwolf was my favorite show as
You guys
a kid.
suck.
Airwolf
How
was
awesome
dope,
was
dude.
Airwolf? It looked like a floating freaking whale. That thing was amazing.
Dude, I had Airwolf on Nintendo Entertainment System. NES, dude.
Really? Dude,
Yeah, I played the fuck out of
Airwolf.
that thing.
I
used
haven't
to
even
get
heard that name in 20 years.
Bro, I
Airwolf.
loved Airwolf, man.
So good.
Did
man.
Airwolf,
Knight
Knight
Rider was
Rider,
great. The 80s are coming back, baby, because I'm an 80s guy for sure. I mean, that's all I listen to.
So
is
I
80s
remember,
music.
I always go through this thing where people are like, you're not old enough to remember this. I'm like, what the fuck? These are people, I think, who grew up in houses where they had new shit in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people are like, you don't remember a TV that had a wood frame that you had to get up to change the channel. I'm like, what are you talking about?
On the floor.
That's
Dude,
the
I
first
had one.
TV that
Even
fucking,
I had one of those,
Yeah.
and I'm fucking almost
Yeah.
30. Like, I'm almost 30.
I'm
and
like,
I
what
It
house-
wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
I,
what
like,
house did you grow up in?
remember
right.
having, and maybe I was just poor when I was young or something. I don't know, but so other 30-year-olds can chime in. Do you
yeah.
guys like? I remember having an old ass fucking. TV
It's also like
that.
growing up poor in the South. So it's like growing up poor in the South is a different type of poor.
Oh, yeah. It is different.
And you grew up poor in Tennessee. That's a
Tennessee,
different type of
Colorado.
poor.
Yeah,
That's still the
We
South.
grew up
Yeah.
poor for sure. It's different than growing up poor in the Bay Area for sure. Because like my friends that were poor in the Bay Area weren't poor at
Yeah,
all.
and I don't even remember being poor. It's not like I have memories
Me
of being
and
poor.
my
I
brothers
just, like,
say that all the time. Like we had no idea. We had no money.
idea, dude.
No idea.
But I knew that,
we
like-
rode bikes every day of our lives. We were outside. We weren't allowed to come on till the lights came on. We weren't allowed to come in the house till the lights
So,
came on. I mean,
What
we
I
had no
remember
idea.
is shit like we had to fill up the bathtub with water because they were gonna shut the water off. So, so it's like if you want to make pancakes, you gotta fill up the bathtub with water, and you take water out.
What the fuck?
I guarantee somebody in the chat has done that.
Okay, guarantee.
Because that was like very regular occurrence.
You deserve the pancakes that are made with eggs and
And so
milk,
it's just like you would. I remember
not the water
I
pancakes.
remember my grandma going and dipping, and we had a green bathtub. Not green because it had mold, but it was like that back
But
in the day.
porcelain?
It was green porcelain.
Like green porcelain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It was
I'd be
green
searching
porcelain.
for colored porcelain.
Dude,
Yeah.
green
On
was a
Facebook
big color
Marketplace.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like that baby shit green. It
Yeah,
was
it's
really
exactly
popular.
what it was. Yeah. And I remember going there and dip, and she would dip out the water because you
Just
would
take
fill
a
up.
cup.
Yeah, because you would like to make. Anyway, so it was like shit like that. The electricity got turned off all the time. I don't remember, but I was just like, I didn't give a shit, dude.
No.
Like we still had a Nintendo though.
Yeah, no, I
know what I
remember
mean?
Yeah.
having my Nintendo
we had shit.
64 and my PlayStation connected to that wooden television set.
Yeah.
Because I
we didn't
remember
have any of
playing,
that shit.
A game called Tomba.
Do you remember in television?
Mm-hmm.
So our neighbor had in television, and we would go down in his basement and play that. But we never had any of those games growing up. I look at my kids, and they got like PS5, and the quality of those games, I'm just like, man, you kids are so lucky. These games are amazing. Like they blow my mind. Like the game came with this thing called God of War. This shit is the most
bro, that
realistic
game's-
fucking.
God of War
It's
fucks,
amazing.
dude.
The
God of
kids
War's
can't
great.
play those. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, God of War's
I
fucked up.
literally stayed up for like 3 weeks straight playing that game.
Yeah,
till like
it's for
3 in the
you.
morning.
That game's not for your kids. That's
No,
for you.
I didn't let them
That's
play it.
so
I got them
funny.
soccer.
That
is
I was
so
like,
funny.
You're
I didn't-
not playing this.
I didn't
I'm
play the
playing
new
this.
one, but I played the old one. It's just like
It's amazing.
it's got like a story
Yeah, I
in
played
it
that
that's
on,
like
like,
he's like
PlayStation
fighting with
2
his
or 3
dad,
or
and like it's
something,
like
yeah,
heavy.
like-
I'm like, dude, this ain't for little
Bro,
kids.
you're like
dude.
fighting Thor, and Thor's like a dick. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
I hate
this
you,
shit is
Dad.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's fucking
It's
emotionally
so
heavy,
violent,
too.
and I'm like, dude,
This
this
is-
is
this is
awesome.
not for 10-year-olds,
No,
dude.
it's not for 10-year-olds.
What the
No,
fuck?
my wife was like, "You're not getting nothing. Soccer. You can play soccer." I'm like,
So
"All right."
even then, like as poor as I was, I still even didn't know what it was like to truly be poor because my parents weren't scooping water out of the bathtub
Out
to
of the
make
baby
me
shit green bathtub.
pancakes.
Yeah.
And even then,
I still had a Nintendo.
and
though.
even then,
I did. No, we did.
Josh
Like,
and
we
I
had a
still had Nintendo. So you could even say that Josh even doesn't know what it's like to be poor because these people that, like the people that were trying to support, like with Forgotten Angels, even then, they don't have Nintendo.
My grandfather was also.
They don't have
like,
a Nintendo Switch.
So just to say that my grandfather was like he was like a wheeler and dealer. Like he always knew
He
somebody.
was trading.
He
Yeah.
always knew. So we got
That
a
means stealing
no, we got a Nintendo because he like I remember the place we got it
or
from.
buying stolen goods.
It was like he got a bunch of iguanas as pets. I remember getting the Nintendo and he had like a truckload full of
Well,
iguanas.
iguanas aren't government
And,
regulated
like,
in Florida.
he
Like no one's
had
checking
a-
how many iguanas you have.
Well, it was always shit like
you
that.
can just take
and,
them
like,
from
you
the
had
streets,
to go to some
and the
place,
government's not going to stop you.
And just like he dropped off this cage full of like 200 iguana babies, and the dude had like like I was there, and I wanted one of the iguanas. And he gave me one. I had it forever. His name was Katie. I had the iguana live for like 17 fucking years.
I remember that iguana.
Yeah.
Oh
Those
my
things are
fucking god,
crazy,
dude! I remember that
Bro,
iguana.
I got my iguana
Dude.
and an NES on the same
Way to
day.
pull that from my memory. I met that iguana.
And Metroid
That's
was the game.
crazy.
And so we got back there and we were in this dude's weird, shitty, greasy office, and he had like a shit ton of Nintendos and TVs and like fucking Walkmans in there.
That's
And my grandfather dropped off all, and it was like so.
Walkmans.
I remember he goes like, "Go ahead, pick out," and he goes, "Go ahead, get a Nintendo." I got the Nintendo. And he goes and pick out a game, and I picked out Metroid and Bayou Billy.
Dude.
They were on the shelf, and I
Metroid
got to
was-
take those with me.
Yeah. Dude,
You know what
there's some
games I
great
picked out?
games. Frogger, dude. That
I
shit
picked
was
out
awesome.
Super Smash Brothers Melee, and I picked out the Wind Waker Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that was one of my all-time favorites. Legend of Zelda is one of the most amazing games.
I did
of all
have
time.
a 64 and like a PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
so
I
like
had,
before I got
I had
the
almost
GameCube.
every. We had stuff.
No, we
So,
had
you know
stuff.
what I mean?
I had stuff.
Just because
Yeah.
you're poor doesn't mean you can't find ways to get like
My
cool
grandfather,
shit.
we always had shit.
We had
dude.
shit.
We
Yeah.
ate government cheese and they got water. But my grandfather also was like, would never
But
have a
my
job.
dad
You know
also
what I mean?
had
It was
like,
just like
25 credit cards.
it was like Trailer Park Boys, dude.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like my dad figured out a way to get us like bikes, good bikes. Like I had a GT Pro Performer. Like it was built from like 15 different bikes, but dude, it was a GT Pro
See,
Performer. It
our
had the white,
parents-
the white
Yeah,
rim.
yeah.
Our parents
Dude,
put
that
themselves
bike was
into
my
credit card debt
transportation.
so we could have a Nintendo, and the kids in Forgotten Angels, they have credit cards taken out in their name.
In their names, dude.
I
It's so
can't
much-
even
it's so bad,
imagine
dude.
doing
Their
that to my
parents
kids. Like, dude,
Can get drugs.
That's where some of these people who talk, and I'm not talking shit about anybody in the chat, but some people are like, "Oh, I grew up poor." I'm like,
I'm like,
bro,
no, we
not
didn't
like
even.
this.
Dude, me
even
too.
then,
Different.
Not
Josh and
like
I
this.
didn't grow up poor at the standard of living
at this.
that these kids are growing up poor.
Well, growing up poor and growing up with like poor and your parents are drug addicts and like is such a different thing. Like when your parents are taking credit cards out in your kid's name, like that's such a level of shit that I can't even fathom doing to a person. My wife had a similar upbringing. Her parents, her grandparents passed away and left her and her brother enough money to help them for the first year of college. Spent all of that on drugs. Totally screwed them. I mean, she ended up having to go, get student loans and pay her way through. I mean, when she could have, if her parents weren't shitbags, they could have, had at least their first year of college paid for. They worked really hard. Her and her brother became a pharmacist. I mean, the guy's like
Holy shit.
genius level. But they did it all on their own from the time they were like 12 on. So there's a difference of growing up poor and then growing up with
Like
such a
impoverished.
shit, and such a shitty like just total outcome of having parents that are screwing you
true.
in the meantime. You know what I
think
mean?
there's we got lucky too. Both I have 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And 2 of my sisters are doctors, and my other sister, by their own money, like that was not paid for.
Yeah.
They did it themselves.
But your grandparents looked
And my
out for you,
others,
right?
They did, but they had no money.
They had no
Yeah.
money.
But that's different. You still had the love
Yeah.
of grandparents, right?
Yeah.
Who cared about you. But a lot of these kids, like they don't.
They
have
got fucking
anything.
nothing, dude. They've
Yeah.
been betrayed.
They've
by
been
every
betrayed,
single person
and
that's
that's-
ever been around. They got no trust.
Yeah.
They got no trust whatsoever because everyone's looking to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Like you imagine what it's like to have no trust as a teenager. People think they're like, I didn't trust anybody. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what it's like to have no trust.
it's
Not
way
be able
different.
to trust your mom.
Yeah. That's
Because
way
your
different.
mom is going to take out a credit card in your name. And that's like the most tamest shit.
Oh yeah, that's like probably
That's the
like
most
the easy
tamest
stuff.
shit, dude. And it's like this shit will probably get demonetized for this. But like this is not a weird story. There are so many cases where these young men and young women come, and it's more young men than you would think, and they were prostituted by their parents.
That's
It's
just
like,
a level of evil.
you're
that
like, dude,
is
what is this?
incomprehensible to me.
It's
completely.
incomprehensible.
Yeah.
You're like, this can't be real. This is from a movie or something.
Yeah.
Or from a book. But you're like, this is a single digit age
Yeah.
child
That's
who
crazy.
is sold to another human being for the acts of sex for drugs
It's insane.
by the person who birthed them.
Yeah.
This
that's betrayal.
this
like
is
on
not-
such a different level.
I'm not talking about one person.
Yeah. Yeah. This happens a lot.
You're like, this is why like half the shit that happens with these kids we can't even talk about and it's not just because we'll get demonetized. I always say that, but it's not that. It's because it's like it's almost unbelievable.
No. Yeah.
Like if all we did was talk about the worst shit that happened, people would be like, nah,
And it's like
that's not real.
the level it has to be at for like child services to actually remove a child from a household.
Which is shit, by the way.
Like it has to be really fucking bad for
Yeah.
them to actually put a child in foster care.
Well, this is why I hope, like, that they find out really like the whole Epstein thing. Like, I really hope
people
they
need to be put to death.
They do. They need to be exposed because what they're doing
it's insane.
Just insane.
Being able to do that to somebody like death.
I mean, having an 8 and 10-year-old like really will change your mindset.
The greatest idea. So instead of putting these people to death, I think we should do greater good type situation, and we let all the crazy people have to vow, like all the crazy people in the world have to vow that they will never murder, but you're allowed to kill one of these gross sex island people. And we just put all the gross sex island people on an island, and we let all the crazy murder people play the most dangerous game on the sex island people.
Everybody wins.
So everyone, I just like caused world peace just now.
Wow.
Great job.
Much to think about.
Yeah.
Much to think about.
The wood chipper. Yep.
Wood chipper.
Send them
down, dude.
Send them all.
What's wild about it too is because it's not just that them getting taken out of these scenarios. That's what they had to put up with, but it's the scenarios that get put in because the other unbelievable thing. So we don't talk about like the worst shit that happens because it's so insanely bad. Mothers injecting their kids with methamphetamines, drugs, and shit like that. It's like the just shit. You're like, this can't be real.
We've gotten kids like kids, but like literally someone who was 19 years old. And he didn't know how to tie his shoes. Yeah. He came in he walked onto the property without any shoes on. So when David and Cindy took him to buy shoes and he was trying them on, like he wouldn't lace them up. And David was like waiting for him to do it. He realized the kid could not fucking tie his shoes.
Didn't want to tell him.
You know what's great about Forgotten Angels though? Down the line, that kid will ride a motorcycle off that property.
Mm-hmm. He did.
And to his job.
He did.
That shit is... Honestly, it's so amazing and so impressive, you know, and that's why I'm like so supportive of everything Dave and Cindy are doing. So, I mean, really, it is quite remarkable.
That is a really good segue, and that's a good way to stop talking about bad stuff. I just have one more thing to say about bad stuff. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
No, tell me.
Because that was a good segue, and you're like, I don't want to ignore the fact that is what happens.
I practiced it. I'm just kidding. I didn't.
But like. The issue, the worst, not the worst thing, but one of the horrible issues about how badly they have to be treated in order to get put into foster care is how little foster care is regulated. And that's because they come from such bad places. There are a lot of good foster care parents out there. A lot of people doing amazing things. There's a lot of bad ones. And the bad ones are people who realize that for spending... They could probably spend less than $200 a month on a kid. They don't have to provide in Florida. They don't have to provide food.
What do you mean? They get paid from the state?
They don't have to provide food.
Dude.
What are you talking about?
It's literally
they do not
in
have to
Florida,
provide food.
Dude. It's literally kids for profit. These guys, like some of these bad acting foster parents, are literally looking at kids and seeing how much it fucking costs to have one. And how much money they're gonna versus how much money they're gonna get paid from the state. So they're like literally doing an ROI on fucking kids.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not fucking shitting you.
I don't understand.
Very common.
I don't understand. So they get paid from the state, but they don't have to fucking buy food for the children.
Because there's programs.
How is that not?
Because there's state programs for kids at school.
Yeah,
they have to
fed
go
at school.
Well,
but then they don't have to go to school. No, they don't.
No, they don't. They actually only have to provide a roof over their head and a bed for them to sleep in.
And air conditioning.
And air conditioning.
Well, I gotta say, somebody fucked up when writing these SOPs. Okay,
it's insane.
I'm gonna say, someone did that, but like Josh and I
there is
can't
a reason they don't
fix
have to
the
provide
SOPs.
Food.
But
how can they not get this fixed? Like,
because and the reason they don't have to provide it is because there's other services available that the kids can get food at.
Yeah, but how is a 10-year-old going to figure that out?
Jason, exactly. But that's why they're able to get away with it. Because people are like, this is impossible. Like, no, it's not. But so there's lunches at school, right? There's lunches at school.
You get breakfast and lunch at school.
And then
if you show up on time.
There's after-school programs for kids who are in this but then somebody has to get them there. Somebody has to tell them about it. And if they're not, but literally the foster parents do not have to provide food.
That's insane. That has to get fixed. Whoever, I don't even know how that's.
The laws are different in every single state.
I have to use the bathroom again.
It's a states' rights issue. Isn't that fucking insane?
It's insane.
So like that's why Josh and I are like, we can't.
Florida's one of the better ones.
Yeah, Florida is one of the better ones. Like, you know, they have to provide AC. You know, not every state has to provide AC.
Oh, well, I've been to Florida. That's got to be a requirement.
Like, every house is required to have AC in Florida.
Good God, it's fucking hot in Florida. I loved Florida. I thought it was one of the coolest places I've ever been. It's so beautiful. Miserably hot.
It is also very miserably hot.
It's so beautiful. I mean, I remember we took that ride. And I think you were even afraid to remember that bridge that you were like,
oh, the Skyway, yeah.
And I was like,
not a huge
I
fan
was
of the
nervous
Skyway.
because everybody made it sound insane. It was like one of the prettiest like rides I've ever been. I was like, man,
no, the
this
Skyway's
is
not that bad.
badass.
People get all weird about it because like people have hit the bridge before, and like it's also just like in Florida. Understand, things don't go up. They're flat. The whole state.
Yeah, it's the flattest state I've.
Yeah, so we see something tall and we're like, "Oh, that's scary."
I know, it's so funny.
That's
like
abnormal.
We'll be riding with Josh, and he's just like, you can just see it's like it's so majestic because you guys don't typically see crazy shit.
We really, really appreciate it every single time we come out here. We're just absolutely like, wow.
I know. If you are a motorcycle rider, like Oregon in the summer, it doesn't get better. Like as far as some of the rides. I mean, we've just been on some back roads. I was like, I've never been down this way. I'm like blown away myself how awesome. Like that ride to Vernonia that we did.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful ride. I mean, it ended up being a little squirrely at the end, but
yeah,
dude, that ride was so
I ended up
sick.
On that ride. Josh and I pulled over.
All the way back.
So we left the FXR. Like you can see in the video that we left the FXR at that like farm place.
Yeah, that lady's place.
Yeah, and bought a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I sent everything to my mom for Mother's Day.
Smart move. Take care of mama.
She called me on Friday. She's like, it's Mother's Day on Sunday. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? You live in Michigan.
Check your mail. I got some honey coming your way.
Yeah, I sent her this shit.
Yeah. No, that place was cool, man.
It was cool.
And how cool of that lady let us park the bike there.
Well, like,
it
dude,
would have sucked to have to push that thing. That's
why
I was so worried about it. I was
Josh said it would take 5 minutes. I looked at my phone. It was 2 miles.
Yeah.
He lied.
Up fucking
He
hill.
lied to you. No, it was downhill. It was downhill.
No,
it was downhill.
First part is all uphill.
No, the first part was all downhill.
Are you sure?
I'm so sure.
You might be right. I do have selective memory.
It's downhill, and these motherfuckers were going around corners at like 90 miles an hour.
Oh no,
I was like, Josh,
sketchy.
We cannot do that. We are going to die.
He would have pushed it all the way if you hadn't checked that out.
But like, it was just too dangerous.
I didn't want to leave. I was like, I feel weird about leaving.
It was just like, it just felt wrong. So I was like, I don't care where we leave it. I will knock on one of these fucking farmers' doors. Yeah. I'm not pushing this bike 2 miles down this dangerous ass road.
Yeah. Boy, that bike's beautiful.
It's really pretty.
Ooh. It is. It is such a freaking sweet bike, man. I'm still so grateful for you guys, man. That's the coolest shit ever. Like, to be gifted a bike like that is pretty amazing.
Well, it's just like, this is your sign to for everyone in the chat to open up your Facebook Marketplace and to choose a city or a state that is not your own and to just scroll.
Man.
And see what's available right now. You know where I'm looking at bikes?
Where?
Nova Scotia.
Really?
Yeah.
They got some dope bikes in Nova Scotia or what?
No, someone wanted to donate one.
Oh.
So I'm looking at one on Facebook Marketplace so I can go with Josh because I have FOMO.
Wait, so did you guys pick up the other motor? I never.
The shovelhead motor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Is it SS?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Are you stoked?
Yeah.
So you're gonna finish the bike now?
Yeah.
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 So is there ETA on this thing?
No.
The pink freaking.
No, there's
heart?
not an ETA.
There's no ETA.
No ETA. So
I'm
gonna say next year. I'm gonna say next year.
I saw part of the video, but I didn't see you guys pick up the motor in that. Did I miss it? Was
no,
it in there?
dude, I haven't made the video yet. I'm keeping it under wraps,
all right,
dude.
Shit, I'm blowing the whole thing right now.
No, yeah, but
you
it's
talked
cool.
about it though.
I did talk about. I dropped it in Discord. So
okay.
I talked about it in Discord. I don't think I posted it anywhere else yet.
Yeah.
But I've talked about it, so it's fine.
I'm excited.
I'm terrible at secrets, anyways.
Me too.
As soon as something exciting happens, I go straight to Discord. I'm like, guys, guess what?
I know. I can't keep secrets. Save my life. Unless it's important, and then I'm tight-lipped. But if it's not that
I'm
important,
awful. So like
I will fucking
with
spill
presents. I'm like, I bought you a present. Do you want to know what it is?
I do the same shit.
It's like handing you the gift. I bought you a present. Do you want to know what it is?
Christmas, my kids are like, so what'd you get me? I'm like,
motherfucker.
Where's mom? I tell.
I guess you can't call your 8-year-old a motherfucker, huh?
No. I have a few times because he's been a little motherfucker a few times, but I try not to. Cussing at your 8 and 10-year-olds not.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably socially not. It's probably socially frowned upon to call an 8-year-old a motherfucker.
Yeah, and Pete, you're wrong. We found some shovel heads, bro. First of all, the FXR shovel head is. Well, we did get that. What was that? Montana.
I don't know. America's lousy with them, dude.
There are a lot of shovel heads out there, dude. They're cheap.
There are.
You can pay a lot for one, too.
That's what I'm saying. This is your sign.
Open
up.
I was just telling Shay,
you know what you guys need to do is just, not only do you need to open up your Facebook marketplace, you need to open up your mind's eye. Okay? And you will find the best Facebook marketplace find.
You need to be willing to travel.
Yeah. Be willing to. That's what I was saying. Is open up your Facebook marketplace range. Look in different states and just don't be scared.
So I'll have different cities I go to that I'll do a 500-mile radius from.
It's not that you don't need to be scared. It's just have courage.
I'll just start throwing.
Show bravery.
So my Winnebago that I got, which I gave to Shelby. I didn't want to, but I did. I didn't want to. I love that Winnebago.
Shelby's like, yes.
Well, I mean, his house got blown down, and
literally a tree fell on his house. He lost everything.
That does suck.
But I'm like, fuck. I didn't want to. I liked it. Anyway, whatever.
It's
dude,
fine.
I bought it for.
Got a nice Winnebago now.
Yeah. He literally got a one-way to Michigan and drove it here.
Yeah, and people are like, well, how'd you know that was in Michigan? $2,500. It's worth way more than that. Those old Winnebagos, the old Chieftains,
they can be worth a lot.
A bunch of money.
Yeah,
dude.
they can be, but they're not if they just sit in your yard.
So, well, the original plan was that we were going to sell it to finance the rest of Shay's. People were like, where's Shay's shovelhead build? And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you sound like that. People are legitimately asking, but people were asking, where's Shay's shovelhead build? And I'm just like,
she's so mellow.
I'm just like, fuck, dude. We were going to sell the Winnebago. We were going to
sell the Winnebago.
We were going to sell the Winnebago to finance the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shelby's tree fell on Shelby's house, and I gave him the fucking Winnebago. So
Shay's
that's where her.
Don't worry about my shovelhead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
She's so cool about it. She is so humble,
God.
dude.
I'm a humble and giving Lord.
Yeah, you really are.
I see somebody who's homeless, and I.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What the fuck?
Shelby's our fucking boy.
Yeah,
dude, so,
Shelby literally taught me how to turn a wrench, dude.
Yeah. He's helped me out so much, dude. So it's like, anyway, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Shay the FXR is so fucking beautiful, bro. It I can't even get over it. And I was just telling her good. I'm still just blown away by that gift. It's such
you deserve it.
It's such a cool thing. So, I just need it to be known. I'm so grateful for that.
So you've donated 5 motorcycles at this point to Forgotten Angels, in addition to everything else you've done. In addition to,
it's a donate 5, get 1 return to you exchange, a stamped card.
It's a good deal. All right. No, but I want to just let you guys know how much I actually appreciate that, and that it means a lot, and that you jumped in the car and took off, and I was like, where the fuck they go?
To Montana.
They just bounced on me, and they freaking drove to Montana.
I will say
this. Picked it up.
You also keep me on, and the work I do is important but mysterious. And you don't ask a lot of questions about it, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I do wonder where the lunch breaks.
Well, as long as you
go.
just wonder to yourself.
I do. I'm wondering myself.
And
I mean, I don't see any write-ups in your file.
So
over here.
You'll eventually, when you look in the orb long enough, you'll be able to see where he is on his lunch breaks.
Or you know what else I can do? I can look on my iPhone.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, you have his location.
What I would say is don't try.
Get played.
Don't try to put the pieces together.
That's
the
orb.
Fit.
The iPhone is the orb.
iPhone's the orb.
Yeah.
The pieces don't fit.
Yep. Nope, they don't fit.
What I do is mysterious.
You just mash them in there.
I don't even know what I do.
It's just wizard shit.
I just know that it is vital. I would say is a word. It's an adjective that I would use as vital.
I mean, that's a little excessive.
I would say also like majestic.
Hmm.
You know, noble, definitely. I could go on. I
mean,
won't, but I could.
Noble's
You're truly,
it's a little hot.
truly a civil servant.
Yeah, I would. A necessity. If COVID happened again, I would still be able to operate because this is
You would be
basic.
essential.
Essential.
Be essential worker.
essential.
You're
Yeah.
an essential worker.
You're an essential wizard.
Just don't ask what I do, because it really all falls apart when you start trying to like.
I feel like
who needs an IP?
that
Just
is
trust me.
kind
Okay,
of
that's what I say.
Gandalf's whole MO in Lord of the Rings. It's like, please don't ask what I do here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
By the
just
way.
do.
I'm doing it. Just trust me.
Just trust me. That's what I hear a lot.
Yeah.
Just trust me.
Well, here we are.
It's
So,
fine.
everyone's still
It's
alive.
fine.
Everyone has 10 fingers, 10 toes.
And a whole bunch of
lot of extra
Facebook Marketplace
motorcycles.
cars.
Yeah. Well, I tell Jason all the time, dude.
Dude,
He's,
I'm like, dude, I gotta buy a fucking piece of property.
Yeah. Before
keep
Jason.
Josh's Facebook Marketplace fucking finds.
Investments.
I mean,
we'll call
investments.
them.
You're right.
You know, it's all about the verbiage. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
The
They
IRS
are
is very
investments.
particular about that.
The Roach Motel is
I'm not calling-
franchising.
I'm gonna have a hard time calling the caddy an investment.
But
But-
that's crazy because I don't, so I can say it.
That's true. You can say that. I will say,
And I also say
will
it 2 against 1.
I will say that the sidekick could be an investment
It's an
Just-
investment because I think we're going to sell it. If anybody wants to,
because
buy
we're about to
stupid
sell it
sidekick,
and
yeah.
make some money on the sidekick. Maybe like $50.
Yeah, dozens of dollars.
We're gonna
possibly.
make dozens of dollars on that thing.
Well, we're coming right up to it, man.
The
All
caddy
this-
is a beast.
all
That
this,
is a fact.
all this stuff is leading up to one thing:
Giving away some shit.
giving away a Grom, or sorry, a monkey. I keep saying Grom, dude. I'm fucking the worst.
Oh,
It does look like a
It's
Grom.
actually called a monkey.
Yeah, it's a Honda
It's a Honda monkey. Yeah, it's different.
Is it? So so they're both Hondas, the monkey and the Grom?
They have the same engine, the same general chassis. Just the
Okay.
monkey has like kind of a more vintage look, but this one has so many crazy parts on it. This is like $10,000 Honda monkey. It's insane.
No shit.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Damn. Who gave that? Where'd you guys learn
Zeus.
that thing?
This guy's
Zeus.
Zeus, who comes to the camp
First
house.
of all, fucking awesome name.
Pretty dope name.
Dude, if
he
your name's
comes-
I
Zeus,
don't know
you
if
better
that's
be
his real name
jacked.
or that's his like
Is-
performing name.
Yeah, he has a bunch of silver hair though. Like he has a big mop of silver hair.
Is he
He's very
jacked?
tan.
No.
He does look Greek. Like he has very
He's
tan.
not jacked?
No.
He has silver
Zeus,
hair.
man.
I don't think he performs. I just
Badass
said that
name.
really as like a. I mean, what else do you call it? It's a stage name.
Dude, if you guys only knew how much of a monster the caddy really is, thing is a fucking monster.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, it's awesome. It really is.
We're gonna try to take
We're
it out.
keeping the
time.
caddy. I'm not
Yeah.
letting us.
It eats
sell
your
the
money
caddy.
and your ex-girlfriend.
Yes, and a fuckload of gas.
It's fair share, that's for sure. So we're coming
Dude.
down to the last few minutes of the raffle, man. This
Yeah.
Is, well, I mean, not 7 minutes. We can do a little extension because I went on about it. So we'll do another 15 minutes.
About what?
The raffle.
Yeah.
30 minutes. I'll pull a winner. What do you want to say? 15, 30?
I don't know. We got 5 minutes left right now. So what do you want?
Let's do another 15 at least.
Okay, because it is 10 o'clock in Florida.
So we're getting some new swag in. We have the new Eastbound and Down hoodies, and they're freaking beautiful. They're the Firebird on the back. Can we do something like the next person that spends $100 on raffles? I'll send them a new Firebird sweatshirt.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So the
All
next
right.
person who buys 5 tickets, let me do it right now because I got to refresh it. So I got it on here because they're about to see this. So they're about to see this. The next person who buys 5 tickets for $100.
Well, the next two people.
Next 2 people who spend 5 tickets, $100. We'll send them a swag bag from Sessions.
It'll be
We'll
dope
throw
too.
Brap
Yeah.
Star stuff in there. We'll throw
Bet.
some hats in there.
I have a bunch at my house too. You sent me a bunch of hoodies.
Oh yeah, cool. I got a bunch too. I got a grip
If
coming.
he
The
has
new
them
ones,
here, we'll send his.
The new ones are
Well,
coming,
thank you.
and they'll be here in the next week. And trust me, they're sweet.
So if you were going
They're
to
Carhartt style. They're the heavy duty.
yeah, they're nice.
They're really nice.
not waterproof, water resistant, super
Yeah.
wind resistant. I wear them all the time. They are actually very dope.
Yeah.
So the next 2 people to get $100 worth of raffle tickets, And well, we have it. It's Christopher and my man Pete.
Oh yeah, my man Pete. Pete knows. I give his wife ones. Dude, his wife loved that sweatshirt. And not one of the new ones, one of the regular, the session style, the blue ones.
Oh,
and,
those are so nice.
Dude, they're so nice.
Those are so
Well, good on you, Pete. We love you,
Pete, thanks for
Christopher.
the
If you're,
support,
I assume
dog.
Christopher, you're in the chat. If you're not, you're gonna get a surprise.
He's bought 5 tonight. Chris Shire, is that right? Is that who bought it?
Christopher Cotton.
Oh, Chris Cotton.
I don't know what
his
his last. Well, I'm trying to dox him here. I don't know what his last name is.
I just
Sorry,
it's on
sorry,
there.
Chris.
Yeah, sorry. Chris, that was dope. And Pete, obviously, man, you guys are super cool of you guys to do that. And yeah, man, awesome. So the monkey, tell me. So
We're gonna send out. We're gonna send out 3.
All right, send out
Jason,
3.
we're sending out 3. I'm
All
sorry.
right, well, let's do 2 more. Well, I'll do the next 2.
All right, so
We'll do
5 total.
5 total.
Because
Yeah.
my man Adventures of Key Fob was I too slow? It's like
Key fob,
he
you
came
got
right
one,
in.
bro. We ain't gonna
So
leave you out.
we're
bro.
gonna do
We
2
got you.
more, including Matt. Adventures of Key Hob.
Yep. We'll do 2
Oh,
more.
it's Toxicarius, is Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know your
His
Christian
last name. I know his last name.
What's your Christian name? Yeah.
Toxicarius is rad. Dude.
It's me.
His last name is not Cotton.
Cowton? Cayutin? It sounds like a Japanese, like a move you do in Street Fighter.
You know
Hey,
what?
Duke and
I'll give it to you.
okay.
Yeah. How do you get?
I don't know if he will, but
All right, we got another one. Doug is getting a package. Doug, I don't want to dox people.
Doug, thank you. I
don't know if
appreciate
it's
the
right, Doug, it
support,
might
my
be.
man. That's good stuff.
I don't think saying someone's last name is doxing them.
Doug Bingham.
I think if you said Doug Bingham and then
Dougie B,
said his
baby.
address and then also his phone number, that might be doxing. But
I'm trying to avoid it, dude. All right, we got one more to give away. Right now we're doing who's getting it?
We'll throw the next one. We'll throw
Chris-
something cool
Chris
in
Cotton,
there too.
Toxicarius, Pete Carvo, Matt, my man Key Fob, Dougie Doug Bingham.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
Key fob. I like that. That was a good.
I'm worried
nickname.
that
Key
if we
fob.
leave the raffle open till 10:30, that we're gonna be calling someone at like 11 o'clock at night.
No, we're gonna do it.
Are
we're
we not gonna
do-
call the winner today?
We're calling. Well, we're calling live.
I know. I just don't want to call
I
someone
said
at
15
11
minutes,
o'clock
so
at
that's
night.
10. So that'll be 10:10.
Okay.
So 7:10 our time.
Okay. I just don't want to call someone super late. They're
No,
gonna be.
no.
We'd be fucking waking people up late as fuck sometimes to be like, "Hey, you want a bike?" And they're like,
They're like, whatever, dude.
they're like, "You're live in front of a
And they're like,
studio
"What?"
audience," and they're like, "I'm in my underwear."
You better be ready.
No, 10
It's also
minutes,
a work day. It's a school night, Joshua.
Ooh, it's a lady dragon, Lori Ann. So all 5 are given away.
Yeah,
but every single.
Lori
So
Ann.
thank you, Lori Ann. You're getting a care package from Sessions/Brapstar/ whatever shit we can find around here to throw.
We'll throw
Your
some
way.
goodies in there. We got some cool
make
extra
sure I save
swag
these.
around here too. We can throw in the boxes.
Why are you edging the audience?
Oh, well, I learned from the best.
Who's the best?
I don't know. I didn't expect to be. I'm not used to this level of scrutiny.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I don't even know how to. I got a Command Shift 4 this fucking shit. I'm
Tony
so
said,
Fucking
"I got
drunk,
one. I think
dude.
I made it. I don't know.
Can't
that
use your
one.
laptop?
Did Tony buy something? Tony Hay, Munkets.
oh, Tony.
Tony,
Tony.
Yeah,
Tony.
Tony. We'll get Tony something. Dude. Tony's the man.
Tony.
Tony.
Tony,
we got you, man.
Tony's the
We got
fucking
you.
man.
My
Don't worry
toe
about
and
it.
my knee.
Tony.
Tony.
We're gonna have to write these names down.
I'm not.
I'm screen capping them right now.
Yeah,
dude.
Josh is.
All right, cool.
Someone's
I'm
got to
like,
be
shit.
responsible
I
because
know.
it ain't me.
Shockingly, it's him.
It's.
All
I
right?
know. Well, I was supposed to be Shay for a long time.
He's earning his keep now, baby.
I lost responsibilities of being responsible.
Yeah, well, I don't do this, so this ain't on me.
I don't do this all the time, okay?
I
don't
I
do this.
swear.
Not
I
on me.
swear. I don't
Dude, I have
usually
to do, like-
this.
There's like people that who have won bikes that we need to get them to that like I lost their fucking number.
You fucking idiot.
I'm just being honest. I'm like and they just don't. They haven't called.
Not used to this level of scrutiny.
I lost her number, and I got to be like, yo,
Okay,
I have to
hear me
eventually.
out.
I've been trying to find it, but I eventually just have to make a YouTube announcement and be like, hey,
This is
if you won this bike, can you please contact me?
That's why Josh and I do not work for Forgotten Angels because we'd be fired.
No, dude, we
We'd
don't
be
fucking.
fired.
We don't touch any of the money.
We don't do anything for Forgotten Angels besides yap about it on our YouTube channel because, like,
no, dude, I'm not used to.
You don't want that responsibility.
I would not be. I'm not used to this level of scrutiny. I can't be responsible for responding to an email, let alone getting someone their motorcycle.
Dude, I don't even be looking at my email.
I know.
Pete.
Your email does not find me well. Your email finds me as I'm molding myself into the moss and becoming one with the earth. I cannot respond to your email because my pockets are filled with rocks and I'm running to the seaside.
I think I got them all.
For my mental health.
Well, sometimes it's better that way.
Oh, we appreciate you, John Jessup.
All of you who made that purchase, we appreciate you guys, man. I'm excited. I know that this is all for such a good cause. It's such an important thing. These young men, they need all the help they can get, and I'm stoked that we're able to help a little bit over here.
I think that it's pretty fucking amazing, dude. I think that together we can change the world. You know, one of the wild things about me, and we got 8 minutes left, by the way. So if you want to buy a ticket and you're a last minute Larry, now's the time. It really is. All jokes aside, the time is now. We have 8 minutes left, and they're on a minute delay, so 7 minutes for y'all. So together we can change the world. None of this has ever gone outside of the channel. And I have had videos that have gone viral. I've had several videos that have gone viral. Having a video that goes viral doesn't make you, by the way. If you release enough content, you will have one that does big.
Trust me, there are many viral memes out there, and that person is not a millionaire.
Yeah, I have viral memes of like people. I think it was the one like the car wreck one where I was on Road King Kong. There was like a meme that was like when life comes at you or something. It was like
I meant
like
what
it was, but that went crazy viral.
I meant like people
way
like
bigger than that,
like the fucking Hawk Tua girl. That bitch ain't a millionaire just because she fucking people know who she is.
She's a
like,
fucking millionaire because she did a rug pull on everybody and took a bunch of money.
That was whack.
Oh, yo, she's in hiding now. She's like the Hawk Tua hider.
We love you, bud.
She's hiding out now. See, I can't imagine getting a level of fame or whatever, right? And then taking the people who you call fans or whatever, and then stealing from them.
Fucked up, dude.
Dude, what a horrible person. And who knows if she was scammed in her own right or whatever, but man,
I think it's just
I think she was just taken advantage of by people around her, and she's just like,
it's easy to get talked into something.
That's very true.
But
you should be conscious of these things.
Yeah, it doesn't absolve you.
It doesn't absolve you.
Ignorance is not innocence.
It's not an excuse.
In the eyes of the law.
Who cares about the law in the eyes of us?
Yeah, it's the
I'm the law.
Dude, the people.
Okay, in this situation. So answer up, Haley.
That is her name.
That's her name.
Serenity Kitty. She bought more tickets. But doesn't want to draw her name. Well, you can.
That's a boy. He's a boy cat.
It's a boy cat.
It's a boy cat. All right.
Yeah.
Kitty's a boy.
Sorry.
I made that same mistake.
Boy kitties exist.
So don't feel bad.
My bad.
I remember I was like, yes, ma'am. He was like,
well,
I'm a boy.
Yeah, you know.
I met him in real life. He's been to the
Some
camp
people
out.
think all dogs are
bike.
boys and all kitties are girls. Yeah.
And he was so uncomfortable. He hated it.
I know, dude. David take off.
I was like, oh, this is so crazy.
David took off his cat ears. I was pissed.
Yeah, and then like afterwards, he was just like, that was like the worst thing that ever happened to me because he's like very socially awkward.
Ears off.
He was like, I didn't want this at all.
Attention at all.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
It was like bad for him, I guess, but also funny for. I don't know. It was an experience.
You know what though? That the fact that you support the cause is such a freaking awesome
Serenity
thing.
Kitty's a super cool dude.
Mad respect. I love that.
I hope you know my claws came out.
I
when
hope
your
you don't
cat
win
ears came
for
off. I
you.
was pissed for you.
Although if you secretly want to win, I hope you win too. So
He
That's
didn't.
crazy.
David sold the bike. He just wanted David sold the bike. Gave him some bucks for it. Yeah.
what bike
yeah.
was it? Do you remember?
The Victory.
Oh, the Victory.
Yeah, it was a Victory.
All right.
It was at the camp out.
Yeah.
The last one? Was it the one before last?
I think it was the one before that.
Yeah. All right. I
Yeah.
remember.
Well, we wanted them on. So we wanted them on for the pick, Serenity Kitty. But David's a old man from Canada. He doesn't understand about cat ears.
No, he doesn't get it.
He's just an old man from Canada.
He thinks that all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. He doesn't understand
fair,
why a man
I
would
did
wear
too,
cat
okay?
ears. He's like, this does not
and
make
it's
sense
just
to me.
ingrained in me.
Yeah,
It's
and we're
not.
like, we love
it's
you,
not
Serenity. We accept
negative. Yes, definitely.
We accept you.
I accept you.
We not just accept, we celebrate even.
Yeah,
We celebrate,
dude.
yeah. All right.
You can sit with us.
Wow, somebody
All the
dropped
all
some
the
donut.
kitties in the world,
shit, I
you
was
can
gonna
come
use the
sit with
bathroom.
us.
Dude, Douglas, man.
Man,
All right, Douglas, we gotta send it. We dug you something, dude. He goes, quit dropping my last name. I'm sorry, dude.
Shay,
My
you
bad.
gotta fix my thing here. I
My
don't know
bad,
what I
dog.
did.
All right, I'll help you out here.
Fix me.
All right,
Fix me.
what do you need?
I don't know. Never mind. I
What
fixed
you,
it.
Shawty? What you want? I got what you need.
I think I fixed it.
Come bring me a laptop. I'm actually quite cozy. I don't feel like getting up.
I don't think you need to.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe.
This is your last chance, though. So if you guys did want to be part of this raffle for the Honda Monkey, it is a really cool bike. So now's your chance to get that one. But if you don't win the Honda Monkey, then you have the opportunity to still be entered into the Road Glide raffle.
Ooh, I like that Road Glide.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. That
What do you guys
is
call it? The Miami Heat?
Miami Vice or
Oh yeah, the Miami
the
Vice.
Trapper Keeper.
That bike's sick.
Or yeah,
I like the flavor of that
the
bike.
Square Grouper. I
It
think he has like
totally-
4 fucking names for that thing already.
I know. That bike has like such Miami flavor to it. It's not even funny. Like that's a bike you want to roll around in Florida.
Oh yeah, and we did. We rode that motorcycle literally all the way to North Georgia. Here.
Thank you. Yeah, that bike's sweet.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck.
You guys are giving that one away when next week?
June 7th is the end of that raffle. So we're going to end this raffle here in a few minutes. And if you don't win tonight, you're still entered to win into that raffle as well. This is just like the intermission giveaway, the mid-season.
Gotcha. The
Prize.
monkey's cool, man.
It's
I
cool as
want to
fuck,
get one
dude.
of those. I'd roll that thing around.
I started riding it, and I was immediately like, I need to put my helmet on.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, it's quick as fuck. Well, I just like, Josh was like, oh, just like, go test it.
Will it smoke the trail?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Really?
I immediately got on it because my trail, I can ride without feeling like I need to wear a helmet.
It's like a moped kind of.
Yeah, it feels like a moped.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the ground, you're like, this is dangerous. Like, it's that same feeling of when you got on that, like, bike you had where you're like,
The Suron.
yeah, you're like, no, this looks like it should not be dangerous. But once you're actually on it and moving,
That thing's nuts.
you're like, I'm moving very fucking fast. And I feel like if I fell down, and which is always a possibility, I could probably fucking hurt myself pretty
No,
fucking
it's
bad.
gonna hurt.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should be wearing a helmet right now. And I wasn't. So I didn't actually ride the monkey too much because it was hot as fuck. We just left 96 degrees.
You know, it'd be fun, like doing a cross country trip on a monkey. That'd be a fun.
I don't think that would be that cool,
That would
but,
be an adventure right there.
I don't think I'd like to do that. I would like to do it on my Trail 125 though. I just need to put
I mean, it's the same shit, really.
it's not.
The
Okay.
trail's more comfortable.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And it has more storage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But you could make some storage. You could bolt
I probably
some
have better
freaking
gas
cases on that thing.
mileage. I already have cases on my fucking Trail
No, I'm
125.
talking about on the
okay?
monkey. You could pull some cases on a monkey and make that thing a
Yeah, you could.
runner,
and then
baby.
you guys can do that and then fly right into Florida and ride that shit home. And then
Yeah.
you guys can tell me about it when you get there because I'm not doing that. But I
Yeah.
hope that for you, when you win this Honda Monkey,
What a great motorcycle to learn how to do some wheelies on.
No, I
know
have a
a
dirt
lot-
bike. I'm good.
A lot of people learn how to ride wheelies on monkeys or what's the other one, the Grom. I see a
Seems
lot of
so
people
dangerous.
ripping wheelies on Groms out here. They're it's less dangerous than doing it on a freaking Dyna. You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What I learned a long time ago is that if it
other
had-
people ride them home, I'm
if
with
it
you.
has 2 wheels, it will do a wheelie.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
Nobody won yet. Somebody gonna win.
It's about now. So
Oh.
I got back
sweet.
just in time.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't give Dry Heat Doug enough props before I left, dude. That was an amazing donation.
Right?
We will take that.
So
So
cool.
that was a $200 donation. We'll take that. We'll put it right back into, depending on who wins the bike for Forgotten Angels, we'll take that and we'll put that towards gas money, towards getting them the bike, like dropping it off. We can't take that's too.
We just signed whoever wins the bike. We just signed them up to outfit it to ride it home.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
they need to put
Dope.
bags on
So
it.
we'll put that towards it.
They need to put bags on it and
Yeah.
ride it home.
Or give
to
them $200
wherever the fuck.
of Dry Heat Doug gas money.
Yeah. Good luck.
Doug,
Yeah.
that was dope. Good looking out.
That's too much for us to take for ourselves. So
I'll
we'll
take
put
it.
towards
It's fine, Doug.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
He
it.
would spend it towards the same thing. He ain't taking shit, dude. Jason is like fucking hates money. He hates. We're 1, 2, 3 hating money, and I hate it the worst, and Jason hates it the second worst.
I'll give it away for sure. I have given a lot of it away, actually.
Shay hates it the third worst, and the only reason she wants it is because she worries about me and Jason.
Yeah. All right, that's facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I want money because I don't want to have to worry, but I hate having it because I freak out. I'm just like,
Isn't that the best part about money is like not having to worry? But then when you have a lot of money, you're like worried about.
I'm worried
other
about how I'm
shit.
going to spend it.
Yeah.
And I'm like freaking out, so I just like get rid of it as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's easy to do. That's
Oh,
for
dude,
goddamn sure.
I got a lot of practice.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
I feel like I've probably made a fair amount of money.
Oh no,
You know, like I've made some
definitely.
good money like over the years, but I don't have it. It's not.
Mine just
It's
disappears
gone.
into shit too. You know.
It's not here anymore.
No.
How much was it? I don't know. Ask the air.
Yeah.
Ask the wind.
It's the wind. It's in the wind. But yeah, I do too. I worry about money, and then it's honestly like better when you don't have it. I really believe that.
Oh, dude.
Or when you have
need
it
enough.
just enough.
I just won't want to have
Just
to. So
enough.
like my level of like when I go to the grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to worry.
About buying an extra 12 pack. or
Yeah,
something?
about being
You're
like,
no.
oh, you know what? Get the fucking name brand or something.
I
I don't
know.
want to have to worry about it. If I
So
can
true.
do that, I'm good.
Yep. I'm with you.
You know, if
I'm
I got
with you.
at least $1,000, if I feel like if I always have at least $1,000, like, because that's always like emergency money, like if some breaks or like you got to call the guy to fix the AC or like,
Yeah.
if I got that,
You gotta
I'm good.
have at least a G just
Yeah.
in case of emergencies.
So-
You know.
All right, we should pick a winner.
Well, this is exciting. It's the first time I've been on one of these, so I'm excited for whoever wins this thing. I think it's cool as hell to win a monkey.
Introvert to Yoka, I'm the same way. I give a lot of gifts.
I want to win a monkey.
That's a very silly name for a motorcycle.
A fucking monkey? I like it.
Monkey.
Monkey.
You want your monkey?
I love monkeys.
What
What
was
you gonna
Honda
ride?
thinking?
The monkey.
So I love monkeys because, like, dude, I've never actually been around a monkey in person.
I don't like monkeys.
I'm like, dude, they look
I
like
fucking
they got
don't like
thumbs. They,
I'll take a pet monkey.
do not
dude,
like monkeys.
I like orangutans are my favorite
Nope.
ones.
Don't
I
fuck
like
with that either.
monkeys.
Yeah.
They're very close to humans. I don't fuck with that. I like gorillas.
I like
And
gorillas.
only for the fact that they are slightly adjacently kind of in the same brain cute space as bears for some reason.
So who
Yeah.
wins in a fight?
Orangutans are my favorite though.
A grizzly bear or
Grizzly for sure, dude.
or an ape?
A
Or-
grizzly.
or what it-
Gotta
or
be
gorilla?
a
Gorilla,
bear.
yeah.
Neither. They hug it out.
No,
They ain't hugging
gotta
it
be a
out.
They
grizzly.
hug it out, dude. They hug it out.
Grizzly bears are fucking beasts. Dude.
I have to believe in my heart of hearts a grizzly bear tears that.
I feel
thing
like there's
apart.
no way that any animal on Earth outside of a great white shark
That's fact. I agree with you.
could kill a grizzly bear. I've never seen a grizzly bear in person. But
I
I've
have.
Been, I've been.
They're fucking massive.
so that you have a whole leg up on me, but I've been next to like not a statue. What is it called when you stuff them?
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
like
trophy one.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been next to that. I'm like,
Why
so
Why can't
I
I
find
have
that
seen
word?
a gorilla
Yeah.
before at a zoo, like at Busch Gardens. They have gorillas there.
they look friendly.
I've never seen a bear in my whole life. Never
Oh
in
my
person.
God.
Never
so,
once.
So first of all,
So they
there's
might as
black
well be a
bears,
mythical
and
fucking
they're big.
creature.
A black bear is a big animal. A grizzly bear is like taxidermy. That's it.
Yeah.
A grizzly
Thanks, Pete.
bear is a whole nother level of monster
I wanna
animal.
pet.
And
wanna
they're
pet it.
pure muscle, and they're dude. I would think a grizzly bear would easily destroy it.
I can fix
I think
them.
it would not even be a contest.
I don't either.
I can
don't
fix
I
think
think it
them.
would just kill it immediately
Yeah,
and just like without.
without challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they kill people all the time.
Oh yeah.
And like, dude,
I could tame him.
They kill people with guns.
Like people have shot them at close
Bears
distance.
can kill
and it's
people with
done
guns?
Nothing.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Who gave the bear a gun?
No, people have the guns.
Oh, okay, good.
Did you
If
really?
bears
I feel
had
like-
guns, it'd be all
I feel
over.
like it'd be
Dude,
all
they would
over
rule
it.
the world in a minute. It'd be over. No, grizzly bear can take a shot to the chest and still kill you before it even realizes it's been shot. Like you better hit just the right spot.
Isn't that wild?
That thing's head.
Like if a human being gets
And it
shot,
better be a 45
Why is
70
my brain
because
like, I
no
want
9
him?
millimeter 40 45 357 is gonna stop a fucking grizzly
because you
bear.
think it'll protect you.
I want him.
You just want to cuddle a grizzly.
You're like
bear.
God.
You're like, oh,
You're like
he's so
Josh.
cute.
Save me from the things I want.
Please protect me from the things I want.
Yeah,
Let's
that's my
get that
main-
straight.
That's my main mission.
Please. There's 300 people here in the chat. Please protect me from the things that I want.
Bears with guns.
Bears with guns is
I
one
seen
of
a.
them.
I thought he said
But
I
he
seen
looked
a
real
chol-
silly.
a koala with a gun. I was like, oh no.
I don't-
that's
Dude,
not
koala fights are hilarious. We do need to pick a winner.
All right,
Pick a
let's
winner.
pick
I
it.
also had
Pick
like
it.
this like I don't want to do it because I think she would be mad at me. But I had this like knee jerk reaction to be like I should call Beth and pretend like I didn't know it was her number and be like you won, like Biker Bay Beth. That'd be so funny and be like
No,
psych.
no. It wouldn't be
Psych.
funny. It wouldn't be funny.
Like oh Beth,
She's
oh
on
my
here.
god, and she'd be like what?
You're a
'Cause
winner,
what up,
baby.
Beth?
Because she's so gullible.
No.
I think she-
I'd be like just kidding,
You have
idiot.
worms in your brains, dude.
Tell me you didn't win shit. Bye. And I hang up on her.
You have worms in your brains, and I've got a fucking monkey with a tambourine in my brain.
Love you, Beth.
Man, Robert, I'm with you. Dude, koalas with guns, that shit is messed up, isn't it? Anyway, let's pick this thing. Let's see who wins.
I gotta. You guys got the 4. I gotta download this and get the. I gotta.
We've been talking about bears that you haven't been doing it this whole time.
No, I've just been hanging out with y'all.
That's what we were doing.
Oh, you were just playing for time while I did this? No,
Yes.
I've not started that yet. You guys need to pick a different
I'm
topic.
hitting my vape.
I thought I was part of the bear thing.
I thought we were changing
I didn't know the
Beth's
bear
name
was like a.
to Biker Bear Beth.
Yeah, I was very. I did not know the bear thing was like a cover for me to pick the winner. I was totally into that.
That's a that's a thing that people talk about now. Like, how many men would it take to like stop a gorilla, or is a gorilla versus a grizzly?
Yeah, they're
gonna
like
win?
100 men
like
versus
people
one.
actually believe that 100 men would they could stop a gorilla. It's
100
not.
men beat off a gorilla.
They could be. That's the only thing that's happening.
Yeah, I saw that.
Otherwise, that gorilla
saw
is
that
gonna
video.
fucking rip 100 men's arms off and beat them with it.
100 small gorillas against one mid
Bears
man.
have
though.
guns now. Pick a winner.
I gotta remember how to do this.
How many raffles have you done? You don't remember how to like use the
Chill.
website?
Pick a different topic. Okay, you had a whole fucking bear thing
Stupid.
picked out.
No, it's cool. I could talk about bears forever. So if anyone wants to hit my DMs and talk about bears and nothing else.
Beth goes, how many Joshuas if I could take it? I feel, my toxic trait is like I feel like I could defeat a bear.
You know, my toxic trait is that I think I could tame a bear. It's not even that I think I could tame a bear. I just think that he would know that I'm pure of heart and
Like
that
a unicorn.
that I'm so pure of heart and that I mean it no harm and that I want to experience its essence in a non-threatening and curious manner. But Although deep inside me, I do know that bears are dangerous, and this will never happen for me.
She does know.
I do know that. I do know that.
She doesn't want to.
I don't want to know that. I want to believe that a bear would choose me, and I'd be special. But I've been proven that's not true. So would I rather be in the forest with a bear or a man? Probably a bear, but for bad reasons. It's not like no social sexual reasons. It's just like that most people are like, oh, would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a man? I'm like, I just want to see their ears. Have you seen the ears on a bear?
So,
hey, winner, if you're in the chat right now, do you want to go to the zoo?
this is very funny because the number that got picked is my old racing number.
420?
No, it's
That would've been
669.
fucking crazy.
Is it?
665.
Oh, I was so fucking
65.
close, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I was literally, that's just off the top of my head from like us dirt biking together.
Did you say the name yet?
No. Oh, I never do because like that's.
No, he never says the name because that way nobody else is like.
Someone else with a name will be fucked up. So
Yeah.
we just have to call.
So we never
I can't
even
say
say
what
the
say
name.
it. What I will say is that which this is freaking me out. Because I don't know Zeus's real name. It's not Zeus. And he is from the same city. And so I'm just like worried, like.
Do you have his
I
phone
don't-
number?
No, I don't.
Oh, let's see.
Well, we're about to find out. So, do you have his phone number?
No.
Well, then what is you looking gonna know?
I was going to call him.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, give me your phone.
Lots of black bears in NorCal, baby. Lots of
I ain't
them.
never seen one, so I
There
think
is
you
a
a
winner.
liar. I don't think bears are really real.
And
And
if you know
it's-
what city Zeus is from, then I guess you know what city
Wait,
won.
fucking having a fucking. Here, use my phone.
No, Zeus. A lot of people live in that city, but
Who's going to be our new best friend? Who is going to go to the zoo with me before you ride home on this Honda Monkey? I've already
So
planned out your new life.
9 people in your phone have this area code.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Let's see.
Also, I have like a lot of people's phone
Okay,
numbers.
no, you don't have the number.
Okay.
I'll put in the next 3. You don't
That's
have
good.
that.
'Cause you got.
I'll take
All right,
anyone's
we're
phone
about to
number.
call it.
I've learned my lesson about not saving people's phone numbers to your phone.
It's ringing.
You have to hold it into the mic. Or they're not. You like the top. They can't hear it. Still nothing. Here, let me hold
Well,
it.
they still have to answer.
Yeah, I know, but the audience can't hear it.
Beep.
He didn't answer.
Yeah, let me get my phone.
All right.
Sorry, guys, he didn't answer.
Well, call his ass again.
Okay.
Come on, man. Better
He had like a
answer.
real answering.
Yeah.
Like he had a real one. He was like, "Hello, this is."
Oh well, I'm FaceTiming him now.
Heard
Okay.
it.
Yeah, they sound like the kind of thing where he like has an AC business or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, welcome to Beep's Cooling Center.
Yeah. Oh, he's got iPhone. You can FaceTime.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
FaceTiming him.
He is. It's. I don't want to say where it is. It's just on the East Coast though. So. He could be asleep. It is 10:30 there.
Yeah, and you said he has an AC business.
Wake-
I don't
Motherfucker
know.
wakes
That's
up
why,
early.
No, he had a freaking.
Here, we can record a video for him if you want.
Loose Juice just texted me Zeus's number. Just to make
Thank
sure
you.
It wasn't him.
Thank you, Juice.
Loose Juice is the best.
You're the
He's
best,
the
dude.
best, dude.
You're literally
Juice
the
is
best.
the best. Call him again.
Blow it.
Yeah, blow his
him
ass up.
Okay.
Wake your ass up. Right, Glenn? Winners should be watching this channel.
Let me put my face on.
Come on, man.
He's sleeping.
Don't let us down.
This has
It's
happened before.
late. It's late over there.
What time is
It's
it?
not that late.
We could be disturbing his
10:30 on the East
slumber.
Coast.
That could be late for somebody.
Yeah.
What if he's in the military?
What if he has a wife who's yelling at him right now?
She's like, who's that?
It's like, you are in trouble.
What if he's eating a pizza?
Who calling you at 10:30?
We're taking a picture. Oh, we're
Who's
taking a video.
FaceTiming you at 10:30? Not just calling you.
Hey, bud. It's Shadetree Surgeon here, and you need to go ahead and give this number a call back. Unless it's the next day, in which case, don't call it back because we probably won't answer. But if you call back the next 5 minutes, I promise you, it's real. All right, I sent him that video.
Yeah, I might answer tomorrow.
Well, I can't say that.
I
I
love
wouldn't
that-
answer.
I love that this is the video thumbnail that he's gonna get.
Looks like somebody's dad fucking sent it. It looks like somebody's uncle bitching about people
POV,
being
you
woke.
just got this text.
We'll make this private afterwards. I don't want people to have his number.
All right, well, bye guys. Sorry you didn't win,
Well,
but
we'll
you're
wait
still
a
entered
we'll
into
wait
win
second
a
and make sure that fucking see if he calls back. But
Harley Road Glide.
Like,
Motherfucker ain't gonna call back. It's late.
it's not looking good for us. That's for sure.
well, I will say this, dude. I appreciate everybody who has entered, and everybody who entered is still entered to win the Road Glide.
Yeah. That
Graham.
thing's sick, by the way.
Grand prize.
Road Glide. Say that 10 times fast.
Grand Prize Road Glide. I can do it once.
That was once more than I'm willing to do. I'm willing to do it 0 times.
You are unwilling.
So huge thanks to Zeus for donating the bike. Huge thanks to David and Cindy from Forgotten Angels for doing all the work. And huge thanks to everybody who entered and all the people, I wouldn't say even who entered, it's all the people who support Forgotten Angels.
Yes.
All the people who are willing to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And all the people who are willing to do something to change the world. And it's a big, scary thing to try to change the world. It's something that I never thought I'd be able to do. And I don't think I am able to do it. But I think that together, this is something that we can accomplish, that we can affect change in the world during our lifetimes.
You are leading the
It's
way,
pretty
my brother.
huge. I wouldn't say I was leading the way, but I would just
Stop
like,
it.
I
Quit
would
being
say
so
that
humble.
we're David and Cindy, I would say, are leading the way.
You do a great job for them. David
so
City,
I
obviously.
would just say that it's a pretty amazing thing to be able to say that.
Josh ain't leading the way. He's just beating the drum real loud.
Yeah. I'm a
Good
little
call.
drummer boy.
He's just a little. Look at him, guys. He's
Just a
just a
little
little
drummer
drummer
boy.
boy. Look at him. He's just a boy.
I wish you showed that picture again when you said that.
He's just a little drummer boy.
Just a little guy.
All right, guys.
No,
That's going to
thanks
do it for this
everybody. Appreciate
Love
you
you guys.
donating.
one. But somebody's still going to win. Everyone's still entered. There's still a grand prize being drawn in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that live stream.
All right, y'all.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Farewell. Au